Think, Dakota!
That was a cold opening. I don't know if you realized. That was perfectly timed too. It was a minute, like a second of silence, and then think Dakota out of nowhere. God, that's great.
Oh, perfect cold opening. Let's go.
Anyway, this is welcome,
Oh,
one,
man.
welcome all to Dragon Ball
Think.
Ultra Instinct Super Ball Z Kai. I am your host.
Invincible.
I am your host, Invincible Goku, joined today by the usual gaggle of buffoons. Say hello, gaggle of buffoons.
Think, Kodian!
Oh God.
Pure Kodians. Pure blood
I need to
Kodians.
see a meme that's just Kodian standing over Helix.
Think.
Helix is like beaten and bloodied. Think, Helix!
No, we could be better. We could have Slime Face standing over Helix's body with the cleaver in his side. That'd be pretty funny. It'd be
That'd
morbid.
be
It'd be funny. It'd be sad.
He'd
It'd
be
be
dead
hilarious.
already.
It would be. That's the joke.
Already.
Face doesn't care. He's insane. He has no.
It would be actually it'd be funnier if it was Slime Face like looming over Kodian.
That'd be funny.
That would be funny.
Anyway, welcome to Code's Korner 6 episode 4, last episode. The group failed their mission. That's all you need to know.
Talking about?
First time for everything.
There is, yeah. And it doesn't really matter what happened at the end of the episode, because I'm gonna have to, like, re-describe it, because I got some numbers wrong last time. Because I was very busy, worried about many other things at the time. But, so yeah, so basically, long story short, yeah, the group did nothing, and then the end ritual happened, and they were like, oh, so this is what this is all about, huh? And they decided to take action, and they did kill the butler, so that was pretty cool. They did take him down much faster than I thought they would, to be honest. So that was pretty cool. And then they fought with the preacher and his guards. Kyle got shot like 4 times with a bunch of rifles in the chest and perished, but not really. He's still unconscious. And then, so now our scene reopens with Agent Ainsley, the DMPC Bionic Arm Man, with firemen carrying Ace's body over his shoulders. He's sprinting across this 120 foot wide big circle that the ritual was taking place on. And before I described that only the inner 60 feet of the ground exploded outwards, I lied. It was the whole circle exploded outwards. All 120 feet wide circle. The whole thing erupts. So as Ainsley's running, the ground is cracking and exploding upwards, and like the magic lines are like pulsing super bright light and like beams of energy into the sky. And as Ainsley like leaps in the air and jumps over the crowd of people and lands in the middle of a bunch of them, this 120 foot wide kaiju-sized dragon shoots into the sky. He would probably, the creature you would assume is probably like over 300 feet tall, and his wingspan is probably also like 400, 500 feet wide. I have art for the kaiju dragon, because he isn't like an actual dragon, he's an alien dragon.
Ah.
Yeah. And he is huge. Did I not save the photo of the dragon? Thought I did. Here we go. Here is my dragon. My alien dragon. So yeah, this 120 foot wide form just shoots into the air. And then he probably climbs like 700 feet into the sky before spreading his giant wings that are easily like, again, 400, 500 feet in total width. This is the dragon. It's really barely a dragon, to be honest. It's more alien than dragon at this point.
Pretty big.
Yeah. He's a big boy. And that thing has leapt into the sky, and he And also, this is kind of when I get to describe what happens to the crowd, because as Kyle figured out last evening, what happens to people that aren't good with magic when they try to cast a spell? They perish.
Perish.
So as the dragon leaps into the air and he spreads his wings, this like pulse of purplish lightning energy is kind of like starts from the center of the field and kind of spreads outwards. And as it hits the crowd of people, they all collapse unconscious. Many of them are deceased. So that's pretty cool. And then the dragon beats its giant wings once, and the force of the wind that it creates forces you all prone. You all just get flattened into the ground, basically. All the chairs go flying everywhere. And then with that single flap of its wings, the dragon is rocketed away from the area faster than the speed of sound. And it is at that point seemingly calm. And you all can stand up. Kyle's still unconscious. Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah. I guess I'll stand. Time to go check on the rest of my friends, I guess.
Nah, I died, bro.
I mean, everybody else is fine. You didn't take any damage from the force of the wings or whatever. It wasn't close enough for that.
All right, I'm gonna have. You know what? All right, yeah. I'm just gonna gather everybody and. Well, I mean, I'll check for survivors.
It seems that several hundred of the people in the crowd have like their ears like exploded with blood, basically like shotgun blasts of blood on the other side of their heads, and their nose and eyes and mouths are leaking blood as well. Most of them appear to be simply unconscious.
Okay, so can I start like rubbing my hands together and like?
I mean, there are like several thousand people in this crowd, so that would take you several days to do.
Well, like just a couple of them, so we can get a few extra hands to get some of these people out.
Okay, so you walk over back towards the crowd after collecting yourselves and stuff, as the bits of rock that were launched into the air kind of begin to, smack on the ground around you and stuff. Also, some of the body parts of the preacher and his guards land around as well, because they were obliterated by the dragon.
Of course.
And then you start to hear the beating of a helicopter in the distance, and you kind of look towards the preacher's mansion, and a helicopter is flying towards you, and it has the spherical church insignia all over it. It has 2 rocket pods, one small, one large one, and a 50 caliber machine gun mounted on the bottom of it.
All right. Well, guess Ainsley, Ainsley, please tell me your abilities are not down right now.
He's like, I mean, they aren't, but that's way more than 300 pounds, so I can't freeze that in place.
I'm not saying freeze it. Please tell me you can block some bullets.
Oh, he's like, yeah, I can.
Try
I can
and start getting people out.
Hold on, what did we come across? I heard big gun and then I zoned out for a bit.
There's a helicopter coming to destroy us.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a spherical church, after party pickup, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Kode.
Sure.
Is it possible for Ainsley
Cause
freeze specific pieces of things, or is there all like constantly on objects?
I can barely hear you.
Yeah, so can I. But I understood the what he said. He asked, can Ainsley freeze part of things, or can he does he have to freeze like the entire thing? The answer is he has to be able to freeze the entire object to be able to freeze any of it.
Freeze it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can he also like stop bullets in midair?
He can, yeah, because they weigh less than
That's
50
what I'm
pounds.
asking him to do.
Yeah, he can do that. So you guys
Rocket.
start to see the helicopter kind of rushing towards you, and its turret spins around a little bit at this angle, and it begins to open fire. And none of the shots are hitting you. A couple of them do hit unconscious people and blow their bodies apart. But the bullets ricochet near you, but they don't actually hit anything. And as the helicopter kind of flies over you, a rocket from somewhere else just and obliterates the chopper as it flies right above your guys' heads. And this smoldering wreck kind of like crashes into the woods off to the west of the convention center of the commune. And as the rocket, smacks into the helicopter explodes and goes down. 6 Kodian Enterprises colored fighter jets in V formation, streak overhead in the direction that the dragon was flying, which is north. And after that, you hear more helicopters in the distance, and you kind of look towards where you see the sound coming from, and you see probably like over a dozen like Chinook-style cargo helicopters wearing the KE's white and cyan colors and orange colors on it, and this fleet of choppers is quickly descending on you.
Well, the cavalry's here. I'm gonna start moving like unconscious people out of the circle itself.
Okay.
Like the people that are already like dead and gone, I'm not gonna worry about them as much.
Yeah.
More so the unconscious people.
Okay. I guess you guys begin the
try and get as many in good health people out as possible.
Yeah. None of them seem to be in totally good health. They all appear to have been like straight up like fully
damaged
like knocked out
way.
Unconscious. Yeah, like they basically what happened was the magic backlash rendered many of them unconscious, and some of them happened to just take a particularly like strong brunt of the force and just their brains melted essentially.
Yeah.
So after probably like 4 or 5 minutes of kind of moving bodies around and beginning to kind of jumpstart the relief efforts, the choppers kind of land towards the south, or where like the pond is and stuff. They kind of land in the clearings on the paths there, and they unload hundreds in total, probably because there's over a dozen of them. Probably over 100 KE soldiers and troops, many of whom are wearing like the big kind of red cross on their helmets for medic, and they all have like stretchers and stuff. And a couple of them, a bunch of them kind of start going over to the crowd and stuff, and taking pulses and asking people, like kind of waking people up and seeing if what's wrong with them and if they can fix them, moving the bodies around and stuff. And one of the choppers steps your handler, Merlin, and he runs across the field over to you guys, his hair and his tie kind of being blown around by the chopper blades, and he runs up and he's like, "Wow, you gentlemen, and oh god, what happened to her?" And he sees Kyle's body bleeding there, unconscious, and he before anybody can even answer, he just whistles, and 2 of the medics come over and put the body onto a stretcher and load Ace up into a chopper and start like tending to her wounds and stuff as best they can. Merlin's like, Jesus Christ, it's like, you guys are lucky that I got your anonymous tip and got the cavalry together in time,
Yeah. And I'll hand him the phone.
Alright. And then he kind of takes it and he's like, "What's this?"
Well, it's about all the evidence we can collect.
He's like,
Maybe it'll give you an insight into what other locations are doing.
"Alright, I'll look at this when I get back." And then as he kind of like starts to say something, Ainsley's like, "Wait a minute, you said you got an anonymous tip from us, and Merlin's like, yeah, we got one like a couple hours ago, something about like a big ritual. Somebody called the Ryanstown branch and was like, this at this location, there's sus stuff going on. So we figured. I mean, I figured it was you guys. So we just, called in the cavalry. And it's just like we didn't send a, we had no cell signal here, so we didn't send you the tip. And he's like, then who was it? Who?
And
What?
out from the shop, the butler.
He's still alive, headless but still alive. No. Instead, Merlin's like, whatever, we'll figure that out later. And he's like, well, and he kind of looks around all this field of unconscious bodies and like chairs and the just giant like sinkhole basically in the middle of it. And he's like, do you have any idea how much money this is going to cost the company? You have any idea at all?
Caden is gonna start walking towards the gate and just, yeah, unfortunately, yes.
And he kind of like runs his hand through his hair and he's like, Christ, I'm gonna have to get the entire memory department down here to brain wipe all these people. And he reaches down, takes out his like actual cell phone, and he's making a call. And he's on the phone, and as it's ringing, he turns to all of you, and he's like, "Look, I've got this here. All right, this is all settled. We can, the boys that I brought here, we came prepared to handle an army, so this is fine." And he's like, "Also, it seems like all the church guys are already gone. We didn't see anybody when we dropped down. Nobody shot at us, so." He's like, "But anyway." He's like, all of you are to report back, get on this helicopter and go back to the branch in Ryanstown, write your report, and then you're all suspended until I can clear this up and, I don't know, organize the cover-up. And he kind of turns back to his cell phone, and you hear him be like, yelling at the person on the other line.
Yeah, I'll go get my briefcase and just go to the helicopter without a word.
Alright, you guys are put on the same chopper as Ace's body is, by the way. The medics are tending to her wounds. She isn't going to bleed out or anything on the way there. They have the equipment required to keep her stable, at least, but not conscious. And you all get back in the helicopter and make the trip back to Ryanstown. It is probably like a 5-hour trip, so it's dark by the time you guys get there, basically, except the sun was setting when the ritual happened. And yeah, you guys will arrive on the landing pad of the roof of Ryanstown's main KE branch, and they lead, they take Kyle's body off of the chopper, and then a couple other like nurse-dressed goons take the stretcher and then bring Ace down into the actual building, and you all are left to write your reports and then hand in your guns and tasers because you're all suspended.
I am a human taser.
Well, you don't have a standardized taser, but you have a gun still.
Do I get to keep everything else?
Yes, you all get to keep everything else. You all would know that if you're suspended, you can't do any independent vigilantism. That'd be illegal and a breach of your contract. Because the point of your suspension is that you can't, you aren't a hero for this time, basically.
Fair enough. I didn't plan on it anyway.
But yeah, you still get to keep, all your personal belongings. You've got to hand in your guns and tasers if you have a taser.
Isn't that basically like handing in your badge, or is that fire
Yes.
being fired?
Well, yeah, it's the same thing. When a cop gets suspended, they got to hand in your badge and your gun. And the same thing here. Basically, after you guys write your reports and stuff, it's probably like 10, 11 o'clock at night. Merlin walks back in over to your guys' desks that are all in the same kind of area on the same floor now. You've all been moved to have like facing desks, Merlin walks over and he's like, all right, guns, tasers, hand him over.
All right. Yeah.
All right, hands him over, and he kind of like.
I think what I'm gonna do while I'm just kind of sitting at my desk, is I'm gonna kind of like looking at my helmet and trying to think of ways to possibly modify it to make it a little more effective
Okay.
to give to the R&D department.
And yeah, so you hand over your standard issue, corporate issue weaponry, and Merlin puts them all in a big box, a big like file box that he brought with him. And he pops them all on the desk, and he's like, "All right, so I'm not going to get like any sleep for the next like 3 weeks, because I have to handle this all by myself because you idiots have put me in quite the predicament, I'm afraid. So yeah, come back in 3 weeks and we'll see how your jobs are at that point. Have a good evening." And then he just kind of walks away, and you can see him take out his phone again and respond to like a text or something again, and get on the phone and start yelling across the room.
All right. I'm gonna stand up. And I'll look to the others and be like, "All right, I want to make a pit stop at the R&D department, and then I'll be heading out."
Yeah. Anthony's just gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm going home." He just gets up and walks
You know
out.
what? I don't see this as a suspension. I see this as a vacation. We did what we could.
Sure, bud. Even though I'm not there, sure, bud.
Yeah. Yeah, you receive a mental message from. I guess you would be conscious at this point because you would basically. Yeah. So Kyle, you wake up in the hospital. But, last thing you remember is being shot many times by a bunch of Spherical Church goons, and you wake up in the kind of like the first floor of the KE branch is like a hero hospital, only for gifted individuals to keep them from like murdering somebody if they're injured or whatever. So you wake up surrounded by a bunch of nurses and doctors that are like, "Oh my god, what's up?"
Like, oh my god, what happened? Did and then every army movie, did we get him?
Did we win?
Did we win? But yeah, the doctors and stuff explain to you what happened, and they probably would like let you read the reports your comrades just finished writing, so you can read what they actually like what officially is said to have happened and stuff, and you read that you did kill the preacher, you did get the butler, so leadership of the you did, I guess, kind of do part of the job. You did get the guys that were evil. You just didn't stop the ritual, and an alien dragon was awakened and released.
Probably wouldn't be conscious for the alien dragon, so I'd probably be like, there was a.
Yeah, you were definitely not conscious for the alien dragon. So yeah, you're just reading the report, kaiju alien dragon creature, and you're like, what? When did that happen? What?
I was getting shot. How much had happened in a few seconds?
But yeah, you'll also, of course, know not to tell anybody basically what happened, or like why you're suspended. And then yeah, so Kyle, you wake up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is what happened while you were unconscious." And then Merlin
And
walks
you're
down,
suspended.
and he's like, "Yeah, I'll still be suspended. So give me your gun and your taser."
I'm like, well, I don't have them on me, so just take them.
He's like, "What? Did you lose them?"
They're in. Well, they're in your bag.
Into it, it would have been like in my bag probably. Just take my stuff. Just mind the clothing.
He's like, "All right, fine." And he walks over to your like duffel bag of stuff that you brought with you from the helicopter, and he fishes out your gun and your taser, and he's like, I figure by the time you're healed, you'll be unsuspended. So have fun eating hospital food." And then he turns around and walks out.
Nice. Hospital food for however long this heals. Pain, suffering, agony.
I'll text Ace while I'm on my way out, down to R&D, and I'll be like, "Hey, I don't know if you're awake, but whenever you wake up, I'll bring you back something nice from Cancun." That's where I'm going for 3 weeks.
Bro, I'm probably gonna text back and be like, "You the type of person that like gets sent to the principal office and then gets ice cream after? The fuck?"
Hell yes, I am.
Alright. Sure.
What do you expect? I've got 3 weeks of relaxing that I have in front of me. Of course. I can already tell you now. A week in Cancun. A week in, like, I don't know. Name another relaxing place. And then a week in Miami.
Okay. You do that. I text back
yeah.
like a thumbs up emoji. Like you.
I'll bring back souvenirs for the group.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
And then I'll go down to R&D and tell them, yeah, just some upgrades to the heads-up display.
And they're like, sure. We can do that.
Sure.
Nothing too fancy.
And they're like, well, I mean, you're suspended, so we can't do anything for you until you get unsuspended. But when that happens, sure.
I mean, hey, that's fine by me. As long as it's a work order, it has to get done at some point.
They're like, yeah, we'll put you at the bottom of the list.
I'm gonna turn to the guy and be like, I'll look at my watch and be like, all right, I officially don't care.
And the scientist like,
Got it.
whatever, and just walks away, entirely undisturbed.
All right. Yeah, I'll go. Time to
Alright.
start my vacation.
Xavier, do you have anything in particular you wish to do?
I don't know. I feel like lounge around my house, you know, leave the house only to like get coffee and order pizza, and just generally be a slob for a couple weeks, you know?
Okay.
Oh my god.
Classic, grizzled cop who's crosses the line a bit too often and gets suspended and is like, I'm gonna wallow in my sorrow with pizza and alcohol. You become like Fat Thor.
I'm still gonna keep up with like my practice on my powers and everything. Like, I'm just gonna do it on the beach.
Yeah, I was gonna wonder. In the hospital, can I practice magic or no?
Well, you can use your flaming tongue or tongues of flame.
Yeah, I mean, like they have
to just heal yourself.
The KE branch has hundreds of sub basements, and a couple of them are for like training rooms, and one of them is for like physical therapy. So if you're recovering from, death, they have specialized like training rooms where you can go to make sure that your powers are still functioning and you haven't like lost them or something like that from being shot many times. And it's also like it's all like vacuum sealed, and it's all like titanite plated, so you can't like destroy it or anything. It's pretty indestructible.
Yeah. Can I work towards the thing I told you about? Like, not obviously get it, but start on it and be like, damn, I got shot. I didn't like that feeling.
Sure, you can start like you can begin the process of spell crafting if you want.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
All right, you do so. And you start work on that over the time you are suspended. Ainsley, while he's suspended, he will follow in Think Tank's footsteps, but minus being a slob. He'll just do push-ups the entire time for a solid 3 weeks straight, just non-stop push-ups.
3 weeks, no break, just
Yeah.
all push-ups.
And all on his fleshy arm, not even his like fake arms, all pure real humanoid bicep.
You wanna know what pains me is that I think if he actually does that, his flesh arm will be bigger than his robotic arm.
his regular arm is going to be swole.
No, he's not. I mean, he will definitely spend most of his time working out because he lives a life of like an active duty soldier still, basically. Yeah, he lives like an apartment, but his apartment is like full. It's like the Punisher's apartment in like the movies, where it's full of guns, and he's got like a bunch of like training equipment in every room, and he barely takes a break.
One arm pull-ups.
Yeah, one-arm pull-ups. I think also when he's at home, he doesn't actually wear the bionic arm. He just walks around with
I was
one
gonna-
arm and like pull-ups with one arm, push-ups with one arm all the time.
Yeah,
Like-
Because okay, I have a character development question
Mm,
for Ainsley.
sure.
Is he the kind of person to see the prosthesis as a weakness?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay.
He's like because I mean he lost it in the war, so that's also like a sore spot. And then he's like, well, yeah, it's like like that shouldn't have happened. I should have known better. I should have been better. And he's kind of like it makes him feel
Does he
different.
think back
and-
to his experience on bronze?
Yeah, and he's like that was wacky. But he kind of like he does
Where
the
he
standard.
sees his own arm.
Pulling him. Yeah, his
out.
own severed arm, pull him out. Yeah, he probably. He does the stereotypical guy thing of like, I have trauma. Workout will fix it. So he just keeps doing pull-ups until he
Angry
stops
music
having
to
nightmares.
He
Yeah,
wakes up-
Angry music to lift heavy shit to.
just doom music.
Freaking has one nightmare, immediately 1,500 push-ups.
Yeah, he wakes up in a cold sweat, instantly push-up time. Just.
He learns Ultra Instinct.
He becomes Saitama. Just works so hard. He evolves as a human
Yeah,
being.
Bro, when does your boy Ainsley unlock Super Saiyan 5 Blue?
Yeah, give him SSJ5.
You know
Yeah.
what? With that white hair, I could see it.
Yeah, he's that's the joke. He's always Ultra Instinct. But yeah, no, he does definitely he lives a very ascetic lifestyle. Like his bed is probably just like the metal frame, the springs, like a thin mattress, and like the itchy like military issue like wool blanket, and that's it. No pillow, just straight plank all
I'm
night.
surprised he doesn't sleep on a concrete just slab.
It's a bed of actual nails, of rusty nails, just. But yeah, so he spends his
He's
time
rolled over so
working
many
out.
times they are now dull.
Yeah, they're more like rivets now. They're so worn out and like small and
Yeah,
short. He's just like
yeah.
wearing them all down.
It's more of comforting than it is painful.
Yeah, they're all bent to perfectly contort to his body. It's like a shell. He just lies down in it.
Perfect.
Oh god. But yeah, that's what he does. Works out, and I don't know. Probably would train his powers too by like going to his roof and like tossing stuff off the roof of his building and then freezing it in midair before it can land. That and cleaning his actual
Sounds
personal
about right.
arsenal of firearms because of course he has his own stuff. And then so yeah, you all do
Dry
your
firing.
yeah, just practicing and cleaning his guns, making sure everything's in tip-top condition. Trying not to think about the horrific death of all those people. And over those 3 weeks, I should note, you guys hear absolutely nothing about the literal massacre that happened.
Good, because I'm not
Um,
even thinking about it.
And probably towards the end, towards like the second half of the third week, you guys do hear about an incident on the news that you would assume is how they covered up the massacre. Basically, news sources report that odd seismic activity was reported at church conventions across the globe. But the Kodian Enterprises investigated the matter and declared it was simply activity caused by local mining operations. No charges were pressed against anyone, and no one was reported to have died as a result of the odd earthquakes.
You mean since entire families were wiped out at this event?
Yes. You get the feeling that basically KE has gone through and like memory wiped, MI6 style or MIB style, everybody that was there.
What child?
Yeah, exactly. What convention? And then eventually the 3 weeks does come to an end, and you all receive your, emails to your personal accounts saying that your work accounts are once again activated and you are no longer suspended and are to report to their headquarters immediately to receive a new assignment.
Ah, dope. Alright, vacation over.
I should mention, during that spellcrafting, I think the parts where I wouldn't be spellcrafting, I'd probably just be either figuring out how to sustain my fire more. If that makes sense.
You mean
I do
the
not-
We'll say this much.
the Ring of Fire? You mean?
No, like how, like let's say the reason why I can't like do that new spell yet is because it exhausts so much of me. So, like stamina training. There we go.
Ah, okay. So you're just gonna like cast a bajillion spells over the course of the day just to like get your willpower and your like physical endurance up. Okay.
Yeah.
You probably severely injure yourself the first couple times you try that because it is like literally dangerous to do that. Like you could die doing that. And the doctors at the hospital are like, "Ma'am, could you please not cast like a bajillion spells in like an hour and like passing yourself unconscious every time we come into this training room?"
I wake up, huh?
They just sigh. They give up after the third time you do it. They're just like, "All right, fine. If she perishes, it's not our problem." But yeah, after 3 weeks, Ace, you are fully healed, and you haven't lost anything. You're still, just as healthy and fit and as you were before. You might have some like the occasional nightmare about dying and coming so close to death. But other than that, no permanent consequences.
Pretty chill.
I will say this much, during the 3 weeks that I'm away, it's not going to be just me relaxing. I am going to be practicing my techniques, ways to beef up my current techniques, and just keeping in practice and keeping in good shape, meditating here and there.
All I'm imagining your character doing is doing the like not a beach episode, but the beach like martial arts training. You somehow find a guru, the martial arts guru on the beach. Like,
Oh, it's not that he would need one. Like, he would know basic martial arts. Because things that rich kids do.
Yeah.
Boredom in and of itself. Just practicing, like, meditation, martial arts, fighting, practicing forms on the beach.
Yeah, I mean, you probably
Practicing
like
my whips and everything.
your family probably has like a beach house or whatever that you go to that has like a training room for you,
Exactly.
where you can go and like have like specialized like dummies fit for your powers and stuff that you can use.
Practice pushing my limits even further.
Yeah.
So I can intake more, hold on to it, and then expunge it after a bit longer.
Yeah. So yeah, after the 3 weeks comes to a close, you all report back and find yourselves once again seated in the same conference room with the same elevator music playing in the background, waiting around, doing nothing.
Everybody except for Xavier's character looks a little more swole.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, do you guys have any interactions you want to have before Merlin shows up, or?
Well, I know that before we do this mission, I have to go down to R&D, and I really hope they got my my suit and stuff done.
Well, they didn't start it because they couldn't start it because you were suspended.
That's fair. That's fair enough.
But now they can be like, all right, yeah, we can take you with it, see what we can do.
I mean, it shouldn't take that long.
I mean, yeah, but you're a low-level employee, so.
Fair enough.
They're building laser cannons and stuff, and like mech suits down there, so.
Repairing Helix's gear for the 800th time.
Yeah, they've got like the big A and B teams to worry about before everybody else.
So would that make us the C team?
No, you're like the Z, probably like the 32nd Z team, basically.
Wow. Wow. Really puts things into perspective.
Yeah.
Some of us have some really high level powers. I'm surprised we're that low.
Well, yeah, because people's powers are ludicrous. I mean, literally, like the CEO, and like Kodian himself is stupidly powerful, and then Kode is so powerful he can't live on Earth. He's gone. He can't
That's
stay
fair.
here. So,
That's fair.
but yeah, so you all are, you get to the conference room. Ainsley looks, his fleshy arm looks noticeably larger than it was when you guys last saw him.
So is this like an uncanny valley moment?
Well, yeah, well, it's not like, inhumanly large, but it definitely looks like, a lot more toned. It definitely matches the bionic arm in terms of size and like, looks, at least. He looks generally, like, healthier. Like he's been keeping up with his usual routines.
I've had to buy new shirts and new pants.
Yeah, that's why Ainsley only wears sleeveless t-shirts everywhere. Doesn't have to worry about that so much. He just kind of, does his thing.
A little more chiseled around the edges.
Yeah, and then Think Tank looks like Fat Thor off in the corner. With like the super long hair, the long beard, covered in like Cheeto dust.
He's got a slice of pizza and a bottle of beer in each hand.
Yeah. At work, he's drinking on the job now.
He is literally the picture of the guy that is thinking so hard that the piece of pizza is levitating into his mouth.
Oh yeah. He can actually do that. Bro, could you imagine how lazy you could be if you were telekinetic like that? You could just feed yourself but not have to move your arms.
You'd get bed sores so quickly.
You would. You could do everything without needing to move.
You'd also be insanely fat.
Actually, no, you wouldn't technically need get bed sores if you just float yourself
You
up
just
a bit.
float like an inch above the bed at all times.
Yep. Oh
Could
my
you
god,
imagine-
that's how he got stronger. He used his powers to do everything.
Yeah, imagine it's like like walk into
He's
Think
not
Tank's
actually
like
lifting himself.
yeah. He just walk into his apartment and he's like straight up like lying down on the ground horizontal, floating like an inch above the ground everywhere across his apartment. That's how he moves around. He's too lazy to walk.
Merlin walks into his apartment. He's like, "Think Tank, you're off suspension now." And he's like, "Yeah. Are you gonna show up?" No. Why? I'm just really lazy.
I don't want to walk. I don't want to walk into work.
I don't want. Nah.
That's when Merlin teleports him into work anyway, against his will. So yeah, so you're all in this conference room in various states of health and readiness. And Merlin walks into the room. Well, he teleports into the room rather. He just and is there, and he's carrying the same file box of guns and stuff. And he puts it on the desk on the big conference table, and he hands you all your guns and your tasers, except for Dynamo only gets a pistol, not a taser. And he's like, all right. And then he looks over all of you, and he's like, well, I mean, I could say that I'm happy to see you all, but that would be a lie. However, I am happy to know that Ace is in fact not dead. Good to see you made a nice and swift recovery. So welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, but in the few days that I've had since the cover-up was finished, I've taken that time to really reflect and meditate. I popped into my mentor for a while and asked him some questions about anger management and stress management. It didn't work, but it's fine. I'm fine. But anyway, I've decided to give you all a second chance at your jobs, basically. And he kind of like waves his hand in the air, and the projector in the ceiling kind of pops out and projects on the wall behind him an image from the street level of the front of a very large skyscraper building, and it has this huge, like, big, gaudy, flashing sign above it that says the Green Grin Casino. And Merlin's like, so after last time, I decided that maybe maybe I had a part to play in your failure by giving you a case that I knew was going to be pretty high risk and kind of dangerous. So this time I decided to dumb the caseload down about as much as I possibly can without making you guys literally just like street cops. So you're detectives instead. This here, as you can see, is the Green Grin Casino, one of the top 10 casinos in the city of Ryanstown, located on the southwestern kind of edge of the city. And our drone coverage of the area has reported in the past couple of days some unusual jumps in energy emissions that are indicative of somebody with relatively low-level powers, kind of like, going off every once in a while. And we did some basic background checks on the casino to make sure to see if anybody in the group or in the under their employ was a gifted individual, to see if that explained it. None of them are. We called them, talked to the manager. They don't know what's going on. So we're sending in you guys to go over there and investigate, see if you can find the source of these energy emissions. And seeing as they would have to be probably an unregistered individual, bring them in for registration and incarceration while we settle their debt to society, basically. Also, if you guys discover anything at all, literally anything, I want you to call me immediately, because you will be in cell range the entire time. You aren't even leaving the city. You are within 100 miles of this building. So just anything happens in the slightest, if you find out any information, I want to hear about it. Only every hour, every couple hours most.
I'm gonna raise a finger and be like, to be fair, that was my original plan. Like 3 weeks ago.
Like, yes, I am aware. You guys did do well with that while you guys saw the cell signal. But this time, I'm reiterating that you will have cell signal this time. So please use it. And if you find out anything at all that is more than just some superpowered dude trying to pick up women or cheat the gambling system with his powers, if anything more than that, call me. Okay? We don't need you to build the building up or something like that. Alright? Just, please.
I have another question.
Sure.
Are we going to have the support of management on our side for this?
Like, oh, yes, that is
something. Or is this to be another
yes.
clandestine operation?
No. You have the full support of the casino staff. The manager, a man named Frederick Mason. I've already spoken to him on your behalf, and you are to report to him when you get there, and he can kind of answer any questions you might have about the building or about the guests or about how they work, and hand over like security information, security camera footage, all that sort of stuff. Also, you'll talk to Mr. Jacob Frazier, who is the head of security. The two of them will help you, and they'll be there to like answer questions and provide you what you need. If you need to, I guess, go into employee areas or whatever, ask them, and you should have their full support. As far as we can tell, they are all above board. So,
very good.
They've cooperated so far. So
we technically don't need to be stealthy. We just need to go in, question someone, bring him out.
Yes, you are going in there to investigate why those energy emissions are triggering our drone coverage, who's causing it, why they're doing it, and then bring them in for questioning. So and he kind of turns to Ace, and he's like, I do repeat, do not kill whatever poor sap is going to get swatted by you guys, because he thought it'd be funny to use his powers in a casino. Okay, arrest him, incapacitate at most. Okay, you can like beat him up. Okay, but only up until unconsciousness. Okay, do not kill him. That will
Well,
look so bad.
I'm gonna
What?
turn to him and I'm gonna tell him, like, do you forget that one of my special abilities is I restrain people?
He's like, yes, but I wasn't looking at you. I'm
Yeah.
looking at the pyromancer.
Hey, it's not. I would never. I would never kill someone that needed to be captured.
He looks
Oh, yeah.
unconvinced.
Are we to go in? Are we going in here plain clothes, or can we go in fully suited up?
Like you all will wear your standard corporate uniforms, the jumpsuits that all KE, heroes wear. Yeah, people will know
Yeah, I don't
you're
plan-
investigators. It's not, you don't have to be. I mean, I guess if you want to be, you can be plain clothes. You can go in sneaky. It's up to you, but you don't have to be.
Well, I mean, I wanted to just to wear my outfit.
Then do that. You sound like you really, really wanted to. And you know what?
Well, I'm just coming off of a suspension here. I want to make sure that what I do is covered.
You know, I pet you on like the back. I pat you on the back. I'm like, it's okay. I get it. You know, you're fine, bud. You're fine, bud. Okay.
All right, I'm wearing my costume then.
You do that, man. I'm gonna wear normal clothes. It's a casino. I'm gonna dress up. You know, I'm gonna look nice.
Okay, you can do that.
Yeah, I am. All right, bud. Okay.
I'm not leaving anything up to chance here.
Merlin's
You-
like,
well,
and also
you kinda
I
do-
should emphasize, while I don't want you to kill this guy, if he for whatever reason decides to use lethal force against you, then you could feel free to retaliate in kind. But I would still prefer if you didn't kill him, only if you had no choice, preferably.
Okay, I'm gonna just pretend like I didn't hear that, just so I won't accidentally kill him.
Yeah,
Merlin's like,
we'll
great.
get him out alive.
Okay, great, thank you. That would be the optimal resolution to
Optimal?
this. Yes.
Yeah.
And he's like, so with that being said, this is very simple. So,
All right.
do you have any questions? Any of you?
One would probably be, obviously we don't know who the guy is, but is it consistent times about when it happens, or that's something to ask the management?
And not Mason, Merlin, hits like his clicker
Mason.
and the
numbers Mason.
What do they mean? No, because the manager's name's Mason. The projection like moves slides, and you see like from the a top down drone perspective of the casino.
Like a time lapse.
Yeah, and it's of and it's the drone is scanning for energy emissions of any kind. The spectrograph covers everything, and the blips happen probably like every minute or so. They aren't like exactly like perfectly timed, but they are pretty frequent. But they're pretty low level. They aren't like somebody's casting, 10th level polymorph or whatever, or 10th level fireball constantly. It's like a cantrip or something like that, like level 1 spell.
Just throughout the day, or?
Pretty much. There are a few gaps. You would assume whenever the person eats or like sleeps, but other than that, it's relatively consistent.
Is there a consistent zone that we should look out for?
It seems to be on the first floor is when it seems to happen the most, but it moves around on the first floor. So you would assume the casino floor, where like the actual like games are played, and then they move around.
All right.
All right. Anything else? Any other questions?
I don't think I have any more questions.
All right. So no questions from anyone at all. Ever.
Oh, I'm gonna ask Merlin. Can we have an uplink to live drone footage?
He's like, yeah, you can.
Trust me,
you can
this
have
is
that."
going along with a plan.
Right.
Because if we can get access to the camera coverage, and we can get access to the drone footage of where the power is at the exact time, then we can track the similarities between the camera footage and the drone footage.
And he's like, I mean, I can talk to the like drone department and see if I can get that to you. Sure.
Please, because having that knowledge would greatly ease our job. Just to have it to compare the two.
Like, yeah, I can see what I can do.
Even if it's just a tablet with a live feed, it would be greatly appreciated.
All right. Is that all?
I believe so, unless anybody else has questions.
Okay.
All right. Well, in that case, Merlin dismisses you all, and you all go to the the garage on the kind of like first floor of the building, and you guys are given a standard like Kodian Enterprises branded tinted window suburban SUV to the bad guy suburban, but it's like white and cyan instead of black, to go and drive over to the casino. You do. It takes like a half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe an hour if this traffic isn't very far away. And yeah, you guys pull up, but it is like a full-on legit casino. There's like a whole like circular driveway, like a bunch of like valet parking and stuff. So you guys pull up, and the valet is like, gentlemen and lady, valet, yes, no?
I don't think it's necessary.
And they're like, all right, well then head over to the parking lot on your left. And you guys
Alright.
go over and park. And then I assume you guys go into the building after parking the vehicle.
Oh yeah. I'm just gonna get suited up before we go in.
Okay.
I'm just in my nice dress.
Alrighty. Ainsley is going to wear the standard fatigues, like the jumpsuit, as he was told to do, and also he doesn't have like a costume, so he just wears it. And think tank, I don't know if you have a particular outfit you want to wear, but if you do, then you can.
It's a sweater. It's a sweater.
Nice sweater. Yeah, khakis,
Khakis.
But yeah.
Flannel.
So I assume you all enter the building.
I have an idea. I have an idea for like when we go in.
What's your idea?
I can go to management if y'all wanna watch the floor and see any oddities.
Oh, also for this, I would say you guys would have also been given, besides the tablet with drone uplink, you won't get coverage of the area all the time. Every few minutes, a different drone will fly over the building and stuff, so you can get a template for a short window. You can get a look at it. You all would also get earpieces between you all, so you can all talk
nice. Nice.
You guys get actual gear.
Do you guys want to take the floor? I'll go meet the manager.
I mean, I'd rather walk with and ask the manager some questions.
Alright, that's fine.
Okay, so are you all
But
going to
what's
go
your
to
idea?
the manager, or?
Well, cause if anything, I can go to the manager and be like, hey, let me use your camera stuff. You can radio me the questions, and then I can ask, and then give you the answer. And, you guys can just, watch out for any sus activity. And then once I find out who it is, I can say, hey, it's this guy, give you a description, and then you can quietly take him and remove him from the hotel knock him unconscious, and we can take him in.
If you opened up with that, I would have said sure.
All right. So is that the plan then, or what's the final decision?
Do we want to go with that plan?
I don't mind that plan.
Is everybody in agreement? Ainsley?
Ainsley don't care.
Think tank?
I'll stick around on the floor.
Before
Alright, cool.
he Dakota.
Yeah.
I don't have an assault rifle.
You did. You picked one up off of the bodies of the guards in at the motel.
Huh.
I mean, I would assume you wouldn't bring it here, but you, I guess, would have had to have handed in to the guards when you got back to KE. So
Is that my property now, or
that'd be evidence technically.
then I guess it's there?
Yeah. Also, probably would have been. Also, probably. I guess you guys also probably would have received like the final report on the case you guys were involved in. So you guys would all know that when KE arrived, there was no evidence of a spherical church presence on the property.
What about the video?
The video, and the photos, well, the photos provide proof that there are people there, which they already know about. And the video provides proof that the preacher was bad, but the preacher's also already dead. So that doesn't do anything. And the property was owned by the preacher, not the organization, so they can't charge the organization.
Would we have gotten anything in the report of like the laboratory underneath or no?
Yes. They do confirm that beyond the blast door there was. I mean, I guess probably in the final report, the interns would thank you for showing them how to open the secret door rather than just like telling them there was one. You actually like videotaped how to open it and stuff. They appreciated that. Saves a little bit of time. But also they do confirm that yes, it was a laboratory underneath the kind of like mini Stonehenge there. But also that all the equipment that was there was already removed when they arrived. However, there were definitely what they would figure probably were prison cells and like interrogation rooms and like weapon testing areas and stuff. So whatever they were doing there involved some sketchy stuff.
Yeah.
But they can't confirm anything because there wasn't any equipment when they got there. But anyway, so are you guys? So only Dynamo's going to go to talk to the manager.
Yeah.
So all of us are going?
No, only you.
Okay.
Okay.
Just wanted to make sure.
So you all walk into the front door of the casino. It is an incredibly gaudy, over-the-top, ultra fancy. Everything is like covered in fake gold and it's all shiny and like new and clean looking. It's big, huge, open lobby. Is walking up to reception, and the receptionist is like, "Oh, you guys must be the IMD guys that got sent over here to investigate." She calls the manager down and the head of security. After like 5 minutes of waiting, they walk out from a side stairwell door. And Frederick Mason, the manager, shows up along with Jacob Frazier, the head of security. Frazier is a really big dude, like over 6 feet tall, bodybuilder, probably bigger physically than even Ainsley is. Probably isn't as strong as him, but is definitely, in terms of physical size, bigger than Ainsley. As you would expect from head of security, a bouncer, basically. Mason, average looking dude.
When they walk over, I'm gonna check the footage, like the drone.
Okay. The drone
see if
footage.
I can see anything.
The drone footage does show the occasional like tiny blip.
Is it anywhere near where we are?
I guess it would be like through. You would assume it's through the doors on the other side of the receptionist desk to get into the actual like casino floor, the gaming floor.
Okay.
But yeah, so the manager and the security walk up, and they're like, you folks must be the Enterprises IMD agents that were sent to investigate the anomalous energy stuff or whatever they said, right?
Indeed, we are.
And the manager, he's like, so, you know, um, do you know, like, how can we aid you? Basically, how can we help?
My friends here are gonna stay on the floor. I'm gonna come with you. Just make sure that they can have extra hands if needed.
The manager's like, of course, yes. All of my security are already informed about your presence, so you shouldn't have to worry about that.
Very good. Lead the way.
All right, and then they take you up to the security room, while the rest of you are onto the gaming floor. The gaming floor is huge. There are all kinds of gambling machines. There are slot machines. There are pachinko machines. There are like the big like wheels that you can spin and then win stuff with. There are poker games, roulette, blackjack, literally any kind of card game or like, you know, gambling, you know, pastime, recreation activity you can possibly imagine is somewhere here. It is really loud between all the like electronic beeps and boops and jingling sounds and the pachinko machine and the people talking. There's like a bar on every corner of the room that people are sitting at and getting drinks at and stuff. It is happening. It happening casino. There's even like in like one part of the room, there's these big tables that are projecting holograms of like horse races or like bullfights or football games, so people can do like fantasy sports or like betting on horses and stuff, well, like without having to actually be at the races, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's just chaos in there basically. And then Dynamo, you are led back through that kind of same employees only side door, and led up some stairs, up a few floors, and into down a few hallways and stuff, and into one of, you would assume, the security rooms for the casino. It's a medium-sized room. The far wall, I guess, like away from the door, is covered in computer screens and LCD screens, and they're all showing different like perspectives and stuff, different cameras. There are like 3 security guys in like, you know, dress shirts, like little badges, radios, guns on their hips, batons, tasers. They're sitting in their chairs looking over the cameras. The manager's like, so yeah, this is the camera room that kind of watches over the gaming floor, or is the main gaming floor. So
Just saying, as I think about it, the only person that could properly restrain someone is the only one that's away from all this.
Well,
That
Ainsley
is
also
true,
can.
but I'm also the only one in uniform.
Well, Ainsley is too.
And
Well, in my, superhero outfit, I should say.
And
That would be a dead giveaway that a superhero organization is looking for someone with superhero powers.
True.
you're the one that wants to wear it, bud.
Yeah, I know. Because I don't get the opportunity to a lot. But hey, it's fine. I'm gonna radio into the rest of the team and be like, hey, any questions for this dude?
You got a fat cock?
Got a what?
Yeah, that's not a question. As manager, does he?
Wait, what is he? What was the question? Repeat the question, please.
No, I just elaborate.
I think I know what you asked.
Well, yeah, what do you think
Care
he
to
asked?
ask it again?
No, what do you think he asked, buddy?
I think you want to know if he's got a fat cock.
Wow, how did you know?
Just a lucky guess. Honestly, just a lucky guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh,
Well, Kyle, you said you had some questions. What are the questions?
Sorry, something just fucking hit me.
It's not my problem. Let's go. We've got superheroing to do.
You're the only one in uniform. Leave me alone. Alright. What I'm gonna do or ask, I guess, is probably so obviously, KE notified this guy. Did he notice anything himself?
Hmm.
All right, yeah, I'll ask that.
And I guess if he wants to more specific, noticing any customers, any gambling machines, and or like games that have a specific customer
That they
that's
work extremely well for.
I would say yeah, like the game is going really well for said person, or if it's not
Is one person getting extremely lucky?
that, or don't forget you can also shapeshift and say are multiple people in the same game getting lucky, to say the least, I guess.
Yeah. All right, yeah, I'll ask.
All right. So you asked that, and the manager, without even
I'll
like,
ask.
without even like thinking for it, he turns to the security, the head of security, and they both share like like an, like an look on their faces, and then the manager turns to you, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we've got one of those for all right," and he flicks through the
Okay.
security cameras.
Can you point them out on the monitor?
And he
Yeah.
he goes through like the security footage, and he's like, "There's been this guy who's been here for like 2 days now, I think, and he's played pretty much every game in this casino and not lost a single cent. He's played from sunrise till sunset for 2 days straight, and he has not lost a single cent."
Alright, I'll be completely honest.
Okay, I'm gonna double check the monitor and the tablet screen and see if these two dots correspond.
Okay.
Well, yeah, first point him out on the security cam at least. You know.
Yeah. So they pull up.
like when he finds him.
Yeah. So they do. Watch the roll for see if they can find him. He rolled a 1. No, they don't see him.
Wow. I got a description of the guy.
Yeah,
They
do we have
though,
a description? Because I'll take a look.
Probably like an early 30s guy, short black hair, combed over, parted on the I think it's the left side. Not that it really matters, but you know. And he tends to dress in like cheap suits and like cheap tuxedos, I should say, not suits. And yeah, he's attracted a crowd pretty much every day because he has continually bet more and more money and continued
And
to
not
not
lost?
lose. Yes.
Alright, let's see if I can find him.
And the manager is like, he's threatening to like win the jackpot basically at this point. He's won so much money that he's just gonna like dig into our profits basically.
Okay.
So give me a perception check.
The description given. I'll personally look for the guy. I'll see what I can.
Alright, that's an 8.
All right. If you guys are going to look for him, then you can give a perception check as well.
Can I
Sure.
find him on this monitor?
Yeah, you do. With an 8, you do find him. He is currently playing a game of poker next to a bunch of other people and the card dealer at one of the tables, and he seems to be smiling quite obviously.
Does this man correspond with the dot on the tablet?
The drone isn't currently up.
Ah, cool. Okay.
Or luck.
So what did you get, Kyle?
Alright.
You said.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. I didn't know we were all rolling.
Well, if I said
I
if
got
you
it
wanted
then.
to look yourself, then you need to make a perception check.
Yeah, if you wanted to look.
I got 10.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna radio into the others and be like, alright. Just wait for the drone to be up for now. Once the drone's up and I can confirm that it's this guy, we'll go in on him.
Okay. Think Tank, do you want to look for him as well, or do you just leave it to the other two?
I'll leave it to the other two, but when he gets spotted, I'm gonna start moving around to there because if you guys want, I can check him.
I would say someone should go in for a round of poker at the table
I don't plan on losing money if I'm being
and
honest.
see if this guy's actually using powers to win, or if he is just extremely lucky since we don't have the drone up right now.
Well, here's what I'll do. Because I'm a lovely lady in a very lovely dress, this attractive young man is going to get.
That's pushing it.
He's
Look,
like
man, I
he's
gotta
like a
sell.
5 out of 10, like 6 out of 10 at best.
Look, I gotta sell to the viewers that I'm very obviously sarcastically like being the pretty girl, being like, "Oh, I win money, I get to women." You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Oh boy.
I walk over. I walk over and I watch the game. I don't say anything. I watch the game because it's poker, right? You got a crowd.
Yeah, well, there
And
are several
obviously-
poker games going on, and this table does have a bit of a crowd around it. Most of them focus on the guy you're looking for, but you do like as soon as like you get the description from Dynamo, you clock him immediately, and you just kind of like make your way over. And Think Tank, you would also, I guess, as you see Ace point the guy out and walk towards him, you also go and like follow after, I guess, to get close enough to him.
I think if anything, I'd probably be looking for magic, but I myself, if I can be lucky, totally not playing into the fact that my character has cards or whatnot, I'd probably be counting the cards myself, seeing if he has a losing hand but still ends up winning.
So you
That's
check
a
for
fair
magic,
point.
And he is glowing with abjuration magic. And every time, and this is important. Every time a card gets drawn, it pulses a little bit. It gets brighter for a second.
Oh.
I don't even need.
You should probably check the rest of the players at the table to see if anybody else is in on this.
Oh, like if he has a team going with him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'd probably check. Who are the other people? Oh, that's it. I'll ask. You should ask the man if he ever has a team of people with him or seemingly similar players every time he plays.
Yeah. All right, yeah, I'll ask.
The manager says that he hasn't seen this guy like be with anybody in particular, or like a team like hang around with anybody.
Okay. If anything, I think it is now time for you, Crimson Dynamo, to call our boss and see what he wants to do about this, because it's very obviously we have our guy. So.
Okay. Is the drone footage up yet?
It is.
Hey, does that guy correspond with the dot?
That dot isn't quite like specific enough, but the general area of the dot corresponds to that poker table, so yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll call up boss man.
All right. So you do that.
Be like, hey, I think we got the guy. This guy's apparently using magique to affect the outcome.
I'll tell him abjuration, so that way.
Yeah, abjuration magic. Do we want to take him in?
Merlin's like, okay, great. That took like an hour and a half. So
Yeah.
Good job. He's like, I mean, is he still in the middle of the playing field, like the gaming, like area?
Yeah,
It would seem that he is.
He's in the middle of a poker game. Tell him that.
Yes. He's in the middle of a game.
Merlin's like, well, I would prefer you not potentially start a powered fight in the middle of a crowded casino floor. Do you know if the guy has like a room at the casino or something that you can like wait for him there at, or something like that?
Hold one moment, please.
He holds.
I'll ask the manager.
Manager's like, yeah, hold on, and he kind of goes over to one of the computers and types up some stuff. I have to go down to my notes. He comes up and he's like, all right, yeah, that guy, he signed in under the name. Where is it? Under the name Jack Potter. Evidently, probably fake. And he does have a
Room
room
number?
here. Yeah, he's got. Yes, it was like room number 420, Limau.
Sounds about right. All
Like,
right. Yeah,
I know.
we got a name. Big name, but we got a room.
Roland, you got a fake name. That doesn't sound like some random guy who decided to flaunt his powers in public. That sounds like somebody who kind of knows what they're supposed to be doing. What's the alias? And you hear him start typing on something as well with the
Jack
phone.
Potter.
You hear him stop typing and be like, "Really? That's
Yeah.
God." And he starts typing again.
Yeah.
Wait,
I
you
know it's no Merlin,
tell
but
him what room he's in.
He's like, "Well, hold on now, all right? This is a code name. First of all, I didn't pick my code name. Second of all, this guy just, has like magic powers at a casino, and he chose the name Jack Potter. I mean, come on, like a little bit
Bro,
on the nose,
You should tell him what room he's into.
oh yeah, room number 420.
Merlin scoffs, and he's like, "Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
69th floor, I'm sure.
Of course."
I'll actually ask the manager. Is it the 69th floor?
He's like, I think so.
Of course it is.
Like,
Bro,
it's either 69 or
why'd you
70,
have
I forget. What are those two? So yeah, Merlin, you hear Merlin keep typing and stuff. In the meantime, do you want to do anything else while Merlin is looking up this alias?
I'm gonna radio into the team and be like, all right, hold position. Keep up the ruse.
All right.
Am I scanning this guy or no?
Are you wedding?
Don't just wait. Just wait it out. Let's not do anything harsh or rash. I mean,
Come on, Xavier, just like
But what I was
brain
thinking-
drain him right here, right now. Kill him instantly.
Cool. I cast Psychic Scream
Mm,
on him, turning his brain to mush.
sick.
that wasn't my fault if you do.
I mean, all I'm thinking, there's two outcomes. Either A, Ainsley goes and successfully freezes this guy, and then we just sedate him, or we follow him to his room and we somehow get into his room. Obviously, by yours truly, the female in the group, being like, "Hey, I saw you play poker,"
Or I could just ask for the key card, wait inside the room, and you follow him to the room.
That's pretty.
As the female of the group, you could do that. And then once you get into the room, I'm already there, and then we restrain him.
Or we do the other way around, so he's more wanting. I bet he's into like that stalker girl type girlfriend, I bet he's into that with a name like Jack.
And,
Name like Jack Potter. Wow.
I would just flirt your way into going back to his room while I use the key card and get in myself and wait.
Like I'm like whispering, like all serious. I'm like, this guy, fucking ugly. All right, if I have to talk to another ugly motherfucker and seduce him, swear to God.
This is the only ugly motherfucker you've ever talked to. What do you
That-
mean?
That you know of, all right?
Okay, so do it for your job.
I text Merlin, are we getting paid for this?
Merlin's like, "Is there a problem? Your job's on the line here, so."
I text him like, but this guy is like an average 5. Even Ainsley is better, and he has different colored hair.
And your job's looking more and more like a 2. Now do it.
Yeah.
My
Merlin's
job
like,
is
"So?"
like a 2.
Merlin's like, "Why are you? I mean, what does it have to do? What does one have to correlate with the other one? Like, your job have to do with this guy's handsomeness rating? Just follow him and then arrest him. I don't know."
But he suggested like following him to his room with seduction, man. That's kind of weird.
Just do. You're the
I'm
only
texting
one.
Merlin.
You're the only charisma character that can do this. We have earpieces.
I mean,
I'm
Merlin's
texting
like,
Merlin.
Merlin's like, it's not my problem to figure out. Just do the job, Lamau.
Fine.
I would be like, hey, so are you doing that whole seduction thing or not?
I'm waiting for whatever the hell Merlin has going on, right?
Oh yeah. So
I'm
he
gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna turn back to the phone call and be like, hey, do we have an actual name on this guy?
uh and Merlin's like, no. No, I don't. However, that alias, because it is most certainly an alias, has popped up at every other casino in the tri-state area.
Interesting. I can give you a description if you are if you are so inclined.
And you hear him type a little bit more, and he's like, I don't think that would really help. Although it does seem that his aliases pop up several days before said casinos were all plundered of all of their money.
Ah, okay. So we do have the right guy. All right. All right. Well, if you don't want to seduce him, then I'll just wait in the room.
I'm not gonna seduce him. Just be like, I'm gonna like casually flirt. To seduce a guy, I mean, I don't know about you, but you've obviously never been in the dating game long enough to know what it means. All right.
Unless you want to have another room that we take him to, and while I wait in the room.
What? No. Obviously, I'm gonna ask him to go back to his room.
All
What?
right. Well, all right then. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn to the casino manager and be like, "Hey, can I get this guy's room key?"
Manager's like, sure, and he
All
walks
right.
over to
Cool.
like a 3D printer, and he types in some numbers, and it begins to 3D print a copied key card for room 420.
All right.
How does it
I'll go
feel?
back to Merlin and be like, "All right, the plan is underway. I'll give you status updates."
Everyone's like, great. He's like, and again, if this, if something happens or whatever, let me know, and I can have some patrol cars there in like 2 minutes, 5 minutes.
Bro,
Yeah, sounds good.
you
All right,
go into
cool.
his room and it's filled with occult like shit.
Oh,
It's just Flavia standing there, T-posing in the corner, nude.
I'll relay that information to the rest of the group. Let them know that if anything happens, patrol cars are on standby.
Alright, well, you know what? I'll try to successfully flirt with this guy. Be like, I don't know. Your winnings are very attractive.
Just walk up and say, "Yo, he got a fat cock."
Actually, I will.
That might actually work.
I will open up with that after he wins and like he doesn't play. He goes away for like I don't know, to get a drink or something. I'll like meet him up in the bar and be like, does your big winnings equate to what's inside your pants?
Okay.
Ah, I'm cringing at that.
I'm pretty sure you need a charisma check on that.
I mean, okay, so this guy, he plays for like a while, and then he goes up to the bar and he gets a drink, and you run up and you drop that bombshell of a pickup line. And he looks at you, and you see that there's like, actually, give me a perception check. Actually,
Sure. Where's up and he got a 7.
when he first kind of turns and sees you, and after hearing that ridiculous pickup line, there is a bit of like suspicion and like, yeah, like suspicion in his eyes as he like looks you over and stuff really quick. And then he kind of changes it. He like smiles and he's like, I don't know. Do you want to see for yourself? Hmm.
Please
And
tell me I'm
like,
in the room.
yeah, I lean up, like I order a drink and I touch thighs. Gotta get really sensual here. I'm like, I don't know. You got a place where I can,
Observe.
maybe play a more personal game.
And he's like, oh, well, you know what they say. I am pretty lucky.
Then I'd like to see that.
Like, Make me a charisma check in that case.
Sure.
God, I'm cringing.
What do you mean, Xavier? This is how it works, all right. This is how you seduce a
didn't think-
woman or a man. Either one, it works. That pickup line
I
is an
swear to
instant
God,
kill.
if I saw this interaction go down IRL, I think I'd actually shoot myself.
What do you think if I heard that pickup line at like an actual casino? I think I would just laugh. Like I would like out loud in their faces, just be like,
Kode,
"Oh my
what do
god!"
you mean? This is exactly your type of pickup line.
No, I'm
Oh,
more of a
dude,
punny guy. I'm more pun.
bro, pun. Don't get me started, because I'm not gonna start. Okay, so I got an 8.
Got an 8. All right.
Oh god.
So he's like, "Well, I think I'd like to see what you have to offer too." And he like
Yeah, I
finger
could go
guns
into
at
more
you.
detail, but I got a charisma check pass, so I'm not
Wow,
gonna
how
do
dare
that.
you? How dare you? Rob
You
me
are
of my
too, bro.
sensual
You
flirting,
are, bro.
Kyle. What's wrong with you?
Sensual flirting. All right, bro. All right. As he's like, oh, what do you say again?
That he'd like to see what you have to offer as well.
Ah, you see, I'm wearing a lovely dress. It's not a full dress. It does part to show off my sexy legs, of course.
Of course.
And you know, I spur him a bit. You know, it'd be like, oh, you can check all you want, just at your room. And then yeah.
That's not suspicious at all.
Well, no, because we were offering to go to his room in the first place.
True, but you don't have to say it like that. You don't have to
Just
emphasize
at
it again.
your room.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't want to do anything in public. I ain't like that.
True. Okay. So as he's like, well, and he kind of is like, well, since you seem to be well versed in my recent luck, he's like, you like cards?
Wait, you gonna do a magic trick? You know, you're gonna be like, oh, is this your card? And then boom, my panties are off?
He's like, well, I guess I could do that, but I mean, I had something a little bit more mundane in mind, but you know.
Caden, while on the way to room 420.
Oh yeah, these are open.
Oh, of
comms,
course
by
they're
the way.
open comms. Yeah, of course. Dude, like there's a
I get
conversation.
Merlin on this too.
I like to think that like the camera shot of this, right, is from the bartender's perspective. So we see, you know, Ace and this guy, and then in the background we just see Ainsley and Think Tank cringing in the background, super hard. It's like, ooh.
I'm just in the hallway dying of laughter, and the manager's like, "Are you good?"
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
what? God.
Definitely Merlin.
Yeah, Merlin, you just hear. I think, yeah. At this point, like you just hear Merlin just be like, "Jesus Christ," and he just hangs up. He's like, "I'm out. I'm done."
Romance is dead.
What are you gonna boom? Here's your card, and boom, my panties.
Are these your panties?
Are these your panties?
Well, like the guy's like, I mean, no, I'm just gonna, and he kind of like flicks his wrist, and he's holding a whole stack of cards, a deck of cards in his hand, and he kind of like spreads them out in his fingers, and he's like, you know, I was gonna say, you know, what's your favorite suit of card?
You shouldn't have finished with card. I was gonna say the one you're wearing.
I didn't even see that one coming. Wow, I just walked right into that one. I didn't even realize. Oh, no check needed for that one. He's just like, very nice, very clever. And then he kind of like flicks his wrist again, and all the cards are gone except for one of them, and it's the Ace of Spades. And he hands it to you, and he's like, well, my favorite is you know, the suit of spades. But your answer does just as fine.
Hmm. You almost got me with that one. I thought you were playing into my character. I'm like, I don't like how close this is going. You said spades, and the one my character's holding is hearts. I'm like, But
yeah.
on to me.
So at that point, I think the incredibly god awful flirting continues for a few more minutes, before eventually, you're like, room, and he's like, yes, and you just go.
Okay.
Am I there?
You guys fast travel into coitus.
Yeah, yeah, you just teleport.
Quick save successful.
Yeah.
Actually, freaking Crimson Dynamo opens up to me and this guy.
Dynamo opens the door, and they're on this, like, on the floor of the room, not even like in the bedroom, just flat out in the middle of the living room area.
Well, I will say this much: the goal was to get there before they did.
Yeah,
No,
that's
the
the joke.
You know that
They
he
teleported
teleports to his room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Quick
Dynamo,
save complete.
Dynamo, you get to room 420. It is in fact on floor 69. Yeah, I mean, you open the door. It's an expensive-looking, gaudy, over-the-top casino hotel room.
All right, I'm going to wait. So when you open the door, right, there's two, like, there's the little, like, walkway, I guess, and then there's, like, it opens up into the main room, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to basically just, like, hide my powers in case he can, like, detect that kind of stuff, and
Just
just
saying.
wait. Like, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna wait behind the wall for them to come in, and I'm gonna really hope that Ace can make a really good distraction to keep him from seeing me directly.
What?
Am I tailing you guys as well, or do you guys want me to sit on the floor?
Yeah,
Well, actually, I think while I was seducing, I think we should probably talk. Do we want all three of them to be in there, or
I don't
like,
think we're gonna get away with that.
yeah, like what are we doing? Are we gonna,
um,
you know?
I'm assuming there are more elevators than just that one, so if the other two can take another elevator to that floor.
No, I think the question is like,
Like, we can have all four of us on the same floor, but if there's another elevator, then the other two should definitely take that other elevator.
no, I think it's he's asking, should he tail us or be there already?
You know what? Be there already. Just be down the hall.
All right. Do you want Ainsley to be there too?
Is that even a question? The most attractive one out of all of us, should he be there? Of course he should.
I'm glad that Ainsley, that the party recognizes Ainsley's godlike physique and appearance.
Ainsley has some raw sexual energy, okay?
Nice. But yeah. So yeah, Ace gets in the elevator with Jack Potter, a name I came up with today, and I quite like it, despite it being so god awful. Yeah, you guys travel up. It takes like a good couple minutes because it's like floor 69, which is pretty bloody high. Yeah. You guys get to floor 69. The doors open. You walk out into the hallway, and you do spot Ainsley and Think Tank a ways down the hall. Probably like.
I think I'm just gonna like pick up a key card from like a garter or something, and then just like be pretending to fiddle with like my door. The door of like some random room down the hall.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. No problem. So you see Ainsley. Ainsley is leaning against the wall, like next to the elevators, brooding, basically, looking super sus. And then down the hall a little bit more, Think Tank is pretending to be frustrated and fiddle with a key card, like it's Among Us and he can't the card swipe well. So yeah, you get out of the hallway, and the Jack Potter begins to walk towards his room 420, and he reaches his room, and he reaches and he pats his pockets down, and he's like, "Oh, don't tell me." And he looks around, he pats his pocket, looks at his pockets, goes through his tuxedo pockets, and he's like, "Oh, I think I left my key card in my other pants. It doesn't usually happen to me, I promise." And he looks over to Ace, and he's like, "But I think I'm gonna have to go to like the security office and get them to open my door. I think I locked myself out."
I look at him like,
Can I hear them through the door?
You can hear like muffled, yeah, like that's it.
I mean, if comms are open, he should be able to hear him, right?
Yeah, if comms are open, then yeah.
I
You
think
gotta be kidding.
if anything, I'd be like, well, all right, timeout.
Okay.
Fuck, actually, I can't do that. That's weird. I was gonna ask, do we want to just book him right here, or?
I mean, probably not.
I mean, literally any of us could just walk up to him and tase him, like right now.
I mean, yeah. Hey, if you wanna, I'm still in the room.
Oh, ooh, should it? Oh, I want to do that so badly.
What?
Thought process, because you're in the room. Like, I'll show you my luck, and I'll like be tapping on the door, and then you open it.
That is true. I could build up a restraint from behind the door and open it.
And then just
That would be a sick, nasty scion.
Yeah. I'll be
Should we
like,
do
"Oh,
that?
I want to do that. I totally want. You should stealthily walk up to the door though, because just in case.
I mean, okay.
Yeah. So I'm
Alright,
gonna.
so yeah, I'll slowly move over to the door.
okay.
Stealthily move over.
And he's like, "Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
stealthily.
terribly sorry. I'll be. You can stay here if you want. I'll be right back." And he starts to walk
I'll
back
look
towards
at-
the elevators.
Wait, I'll look at him dead in the eyes. I'll like hold on to his wrist, but like gently. I'll be like he said, you're very lucky. I'll show you just how much your luck rubbed off on me. And I like tap the door like 3 times.
I'll open up the door and try and catch him in a restraint.
Okay. So you tap and knock on the door, and Dynamo opens it, and you go to hit him with the restrain. Roll perception check to hit him with it.
Alright. That's a 10.
Cool, you fail.
What?
So you
I had a
open the
feeling this
door,
was coming.
and you
Yeah.
and you fire out the restrain, and right as the restraint goes out, and you know for a fact you were aiming right at his neck, right there, but somehow the left end of the wire just whoop moves over to the
Remember,
right, and it smacks into the wall.
he's
and
lucky. He's lucky for a reason.
And he looks and
All
he
right,
sees that happen.
I've got
and
a
he turns
second
to,
action.
Turns to Ace, and he looks at you, and he goes, well, isn't that unfortunate? And he just starts booking it down the hallway. Just,
Yeah, I book after him. Is he booking? Is he trying to pass through me, or is he now running towards?
I should have. I messed up on that.
Is he booking towards me? Or is he running towards Ainsley and Think Tank now?
So the way the hallway's set up, right, is that there's the elevator like battery, like the main like section, like a bunch of them, like 6 of them, in the middle of this hallway, well, like this end of the hallway. Then there's like a T-junction that leads away from the elevators, left, right, and then forward. You guys walked dead right, and he is running towards the end
I'm
of
gonna
the
call
hallway.
Merlin.
There's a big window there.
I'm gonna call Merlin and then start running after him.
He's gonna jump.
Can I see him as he turns to run down the hall?
Yes.
Merlin, he's gonna jump out the window, I
Because
think.
I'm going to attempt to side shock him, if that's the case.
Okay. Let's see. You would have been like 15 feet away from the elevators, and then that makes you like, what's your?
I'm gonna call up Merlin in this time and be like, "Hey, dude camp, I tried to restrain the dude, didn't work. I think he's gonna try and jump out a window or some shit.
as you're all running after
He's
him.
using abjuration. He's using abjuration.
Well,
and
I'm not gonna
somehow
start
my
running just
restraint
yet.
missed.
Okay. Let's see. So you want to side shock him? You said. Oh, yeah, you're way out of range. You're definitely out of range for that.
Oh damn.
Well, let me ask you this: what about
Ainsley's
molecular thing?
That is
Yeah,
true.
his
He can do
molecular
that.
freeze.
He is within range. Actually, he wouldn't be. He's also too far away. He was back at the elevators with.
Wait, you put a limit on that now?
I did, yeah. It's still pretty large at 60 feet, but the hallway is bigger than that.
Well, if he's running back to the
That's, like,
elevators, then he's
average.
on his way to Ainsley.
No, he's running the opposite. He's running
No.
the opposite way. He's running towards the end of the hallway where that big window is, and yeah, you figure he's probably gonna try to jump out the window because he's an idiot.
Okay, how
No.
far away am I?
Let's see. What's your agility? Is it 6?
It is.
Mine's 7.
Yeah. No, his
Is it
is
7?
6.
Mine's a
six?
6.
Yeah.
Mine
Yeah.
is 6. Mine's 6. Yes.
So
Ainsley
you.
is 7.
So, Dynamo, I'll say is probably like. Actually, you can roll initiative to see who how far away you are from him, basically. Like who begins running after him first, essentially.
I got a 10.
Oh, let's go.
I got a
You
10,
and me both.
which
Well,
I
that doesn't
think
help me at all. Then that's
is-
pointless. You both have the same number.
I got a 15. He
You
would
got
have a
15.
16.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So in that case, Dynamo, you would be probably like sprint, like dead sprint, like 10 or 15 feet behind him, and then Dynamo, you're right behind. Or then Ace. Then Ace is right behind Dynamo.
Ace is right behind me.
Yeah.
Okay. So
He is keeping pace with
I
all
know
of
what
you,
I'm gonna
but,
do.
he'd be. I stay corrected. Ace would probably be like probably like a dozen more feet behind Dynamo because both Dynamo and the guy are faster than Ace is. So they're
Okay.
I think I know what I'm gonna do.
Well, in the midst of all this, I think I'm going to not chase, and I'm just gonna radio into the security team and be like, "We got a runner," and I'm gonna like start moving towards the elevator
all right.
so I can go to a different floor.
Do you guys want
That's
Ainsley
actually smart.
to
Do that.
to chase after him with you guys, or go to the bottom or something?
Ainsley, go with Think Tank. Because if he's gonna jump, I can guarantee you that you could probably meet him at least on another floor.
Oh,
Okay.
I have another question before all this jumping shit. Can I mid-fall use Flame Leap?
Let me see.
To get a double jump?
Or just to mitigate fall damage, basically, because you are on the 69th floor of a building. Like you are super high up. Let's see. Yes. See, look, the sentence, this ability can be used to slow one's descent. So yes, you can.
Okay.
You won't gain any height from it. You'll just slow yourself, so you won't like die.
Yeah. That's all I want to know.
Okay. So, I think I know what I'm gonna do for my first action. What I'm gonna do, I have Dynakinesis, right?
You have the powers on your sheet, which include limited dynakinesis. Yes.
Okay.
But he is.
Hmm.
Everybody's booking it after him. Ainsley and Think Tank on the
I'm
elevator.
15 feet, right?
Right about, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna throw out an energy whip to the side, and then have it wrap around in front, and then back to me, so I can catch it.
Okay. In that case, give
Or
me. Mhm.
or try to lasso it around.
I think your
Because
best.
since it's not touching him yet, I can like preset where it's gonna be. And try to like, get it set up so he can either run into it in as many loops as possible before I constrict it around him.
Okay. I see.
Yes.
In that case.
So do I need to give you a check on this?
Yeah, give me a perception check to like move it in the way that you want to.
Okay. That's a straight up 9.
All right. You do so. You throw out your arm in front as you're actually you have to stop moving to throw it out. But so you stop and the whip shoots out of your wrist and it wraps around like the right side, I would assume, of him and of you, and it kind of begins to curve. You kind of like jolt your arm and it begins to kind of curve around. It does as you want to.
Yeah.
As a reaction, he will dodge.
And then
he does. So he just throw the whip out and it curves around, and he just kind of is like oh haha, and he leaps up and over the whip, and then he tucks and rolls, and then he keeps running.
All right. Second action, I'm just gonna try and hit him with it.
Okay. Let's see. He would be 15, 30. He would have been out of your range for the whip too, but okay, sure.
I'm gonna get this off.
I mean, if you get a perception check, yeah.
That's another 9.
All right. So you and it got zaps a big gash down the back of his suit, and he keeps running.
So he's letting trip. Oh my gosh. How much damage is this? 1d6 times 10.
Plus your bare
plus user's bare hands damage.
Yeah, which for you is also 1d6 times 10. So
plus
2d6 times 10.
1d6 times 10. Electrical damage, ignoring armor. So I get 3d6?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
You do use 2 charge levels.
Cool. 3d6 times 10. Oh, I don't think it's too good for this guy. I don't think it's looking too good for him. That's a 5, a 4, and a 3.
5, 4, and a 3. Incorrect. 5, 4, and a 3. 12. 120 damage. So you, and it cuts a deep gash from like his like right shoulder blade all the way down to his left, like right above his butt, and it carves this like slice in his tuxedo as he runs, and he's like, oh! And he lunges forwards and breaks through the window, and you just see him just tumble out.
I'm still on the phone with Merlin, right?
Yeah, and Merlin hears this and goes,
He's
"What are you doing? What is happening?"
I whipped him. He's out the window.
How the what?
And now we cut over to Think Tank. You wanted to go to a different floor?
I'm just gonna sit to go down to the ground floor unless I hear something from the boys that's like, oh, he went to this specific area.
He's out the window.
Yeah. You do hear Dynamo be like, yell at Merlin and be like, I whipped him out the window.
No, I whipped him and he flew out the window.
Yeah.
Sure,
this is not a causation of me whipping
Important
him.
distinction.
This is him jumping out the window after I whipped him.
In the elevator, Ainsley draws his pistol and just loads it, cocks it back, and is like holding it tactically in front of him, prepared to go out there.
Remember, we don't want to kill him.
Ainsley's like, yeah, but if you use lethal force, that's why I'm here, to gun him down.
What about
I would say, if anything, the leg.
But yeah, so while you're traveling in the elevator down, the rest of you back up on the 69th floor. What do? How respond?
hello?
I can't jump out the window.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
We're not technically in combat, so it's anybody's turn.
Oh, you know what I do, Dakota? There's a reason why I asked that shit. I look out the window to see him and jump after him.
All right. You see that probably like a couple of floors down, he landed on a window washing unit and is using the window washing unit to descend the building.
Oh, I'm descending.
Oh, I'm gonna run to the window and try and get another restraint out on him.
I don't think you're that close.
No, he is at this point like 30, 40 feet away.
Because, yeah,
He's
if he
down
was
a ways.
2 stories down, you were 2 stories down, maybe.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna jump out the window.
God fucking
This is how Dynamo dies. He just out the window and
Oh.
splatters. Okay.
You can't.
Well,
survive.
I'm not gonna leap out. I'm gonna jump narrowly down, so I also land on the window washing thing.
Okay. In that case,
I know how to land.
give me an agility check.
All right.
Because this is I could be so mean.
How
so
how
mean.
many floors is he got?
How
You
many
can't
floors
be
is
mean
what?
to me. That's a 9.
How many floors down is he?
At this point, probably like 3, because he landed and it was 2, and then he's gone down more. I should also note that the window washer guy is like terrified on the opposite side of the like carriage
Wait.
thing with his hands up. Pretty funny.
Wait, hold on. He's only 3 feet down.
He's
Or
3
stories
stories.
down.
Yeah, so
3
he'd be
story-
like
hold on.
45 feet down, ish.
That's a 9.
Wait, hold on. Maybe you didn't need to jump. How? Oh, never mind. You did. Your restraint's only 30 feet.
Yeah, that's a 9. It's a 9. You can't deny the 9.
Can he though? Can he not really?
I can try.
He can't. He really can't. It's a 9. That's almost max agility.
Yeah, but he counted a 10 before, so a 9 won't mean anything if he succeeds anyway. Which he does barely. So you
Are you fucking kidding me?
like step out the window and fall down after him, and right as you do so, a gust of wind blows against the building, and the carriage separates from the skyscraper just enough for you to fly through the gap.
Can I try and like last second grab this?
Use your restraint if anything. I think that's like your
Can I use my electricity whip to grab it?
Yeah, sure. Make me a perception check. You can try
And
that.
then electrocute the bottom? Maybe?
I mean, that
No,
would be
you want to.
weird, but
I mean, I don't think
That's
it's
true.
gonna.
That's
I
true.
don't think it's
Nah.
gonna go through
I'm
the
just
floor.
gonna try and grab it then.
okay. With like no
That is
electric whip or
7. I'm gonna use the electric whip, yes.
okay. So 7 you do. So you wrap around like the corner metal bar of it with the electric whip, and you like feel your arm kind of like pop out a little bit of its socket with the force of like a bungee pole.
I
basically.
swear if Merlin says anything about this mission, I dislocated an arm for this.
So you
Time to
kind of did.
start
You almost
climbing
did. Okay, so you slowly begin to.
As he does that, I'm just gonna shake my head and jump out as well. Now I don't know if we're doing combat actions, but in my eyes is I'm slowly descending while firing my taser at him.
So you
Yeah,
I guess you
have
do
fun.
want to use what, like your flame leap to like slow your descent
Ooh.
basically.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't think
I know what I can do here.
Yeah, I'd use Flame Leap to like slow my descent.
Or do you just want to jump past him
Uh,
and fire as you fall, and then hit your flame leap after you get like below him? Ooh, thunderstorm. Anyway.
Yeah,
be on
I heard that too.
I want to be on the same platform as him.
So you want to jump to the platform and then tase him?
No, I want to jump.
Tase him while falling.
Yeah. So you know the cool action scene as like
As you fall, you're like
they jump out the window while shooting. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Make me a perception check. Like that's a disadvantage because you're falling while you're firing a taser.
An off-topic question. But can I drain this platform of its energy?
You must be attached to the power source itself. Like have your whip like stabbed into the battery of like the motor of basically, and then you can.
How many times can I fire this? 2 times?
Maximum of 2 times, yeah.
If I miss once, I'll definitely shoot the second time. But at disadvantage, I got an 8. For willpower, just to make sure the flame leap does go off, I got a 9. Yeah.
With disadvantage, you got an 8?
Yeah, I rolled a 9, 8, 9.
Ah, Jesus. Okay. So you want to use a flame leap to land on the platform without taking damage?
Yeah.
Okay, and how far above the carriage are you using it?
Well, actually, how much of a radius do I have? Because I don't want to do
10
property damage.
It blasts in all directions.
If
that should be fun.
If I can prevent property damage, then yes.
Well, you can jump out of the window and then flame leap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to be super close.
Well,
I don't want to be close enough to like.
You won't melt or like blow up a window or something because it's just fire. But the bigger problem would be if you activated it too close to him or the carriage, you would light the carriage or the person or the civilian on fire.
All right, I won't. It not close enough to burn them, but close enough where like right before I land, it's not slow enough. Well, he'll pull another trick and be like, "I jump out," and then I'm slowly descending the whole way down. Like you bitch. Make sense? Don't make sense.
Okay, so yeah, okay, I got you. So you jump out and you fire this there's this like cool taser gun, and this kind of like ball of electricity fires out of the barrel of the gun, and it slams into his chest, and he's like, oh! Yeah, it hits him.
Damage? No damage.
I mean, it does damage, so.
I got 30.
All right. So he begins to, he's like steaming and stuff. Roll for combat turns that he's stunned for. Well, actually, he has to make an endurance check or be stunned. My bad.
Yeah.
He's definitely failed. He got a 2. So now I will have him roll 1d6, I guess?
I
4.
mean...
So he's stunned for 20 seconds. So Dynamo, as you're climbing up this, and Ace, you jump down, you tase him, he spasms in place, his hand locked on the controls, and then you flame leap and you land probably like in melee with him if you want to be on the carriage.
If I can take more combat turns, I'll tell you what I plan to do next.
I mean, technically it would be like
about how long is it going to take me to climb up?
2 turns because you're 30 feet down from the carriage, so you would have to climb the whole length to get up. So
with a busted like left arm,
with an injured arm.
Hey, bro, you're the one that jumped, right? Just saying.
Yeah, but his bullshit luck impeded me.
It is,
well, you know, I'm glad you jumped because I guarantee you, he can't do it enough.
If you can control him, I can get a restraint off and pin him to the metal bar.
I mean, at this point, I have him like stunned, so I'm gonna like.
Yeah, for 20 seconds.
I'm gonna take his hand off of the controls because I have a feeling that's gonna come up pretty soon.
I mean, you would get zapped
for 20 seconds.
So
Oh, is he like? Oh, is this not a taser? This is like
This is
he's
not a taser.
electrically.
No,
This
it is
is- This is
literally
an
shoots
electric
lightning.
force field.
Yes, it shoots a ball of lightning,
Oh,
electricity at a
It
target.
is basically me.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's why Dynamo doesn't have one
I need
because
to
he
learn
is
that
one.
ability too.
Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah. Then I'm gonna.
I need to learn how to shoot a ball of electricity.
Yes. Also,
Or do like the circle thing where that Goku does in the Broly movie, where he like woof, and then freezes the person in place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I need to learn that ability next.
Yeah. So Think Tank, you and Ainsley, are still on the elevator down, listening to the do 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 elevator music going on, listening to this epic fight happen outside. You're like, great. Ainsley's like, so,
Ainsley's
Think Tank,
sighs.
how are you doing?
Think
Oh,
Tank,
I'm
you seen
doing
any good
alright,
movies lately?
Yeah, it's like, how's the weather?
You know how it is.
You know, it's been nice, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know it.
Yeah, that's about as awkward as it is. And then we hard cut
If
back again
anything,
to
I'd hear-
the chaos happening on the carriage. You are still descending. because
Trying
his
to
hand is still
climb.
locked on the thing.
Couldn't that short circuit it if you shoot him again?
Or if you just shot it, I guess it would short circuit it. But
I mean,
That is a very fair point.
yeah, but why would I want to short circuit it?
Because then it can't fall anymore, and he's kind of stuck
you're
unless
all
he
stuck.
jumps again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
I'm
that's what
just
helicopters are for. Oh my gosh, that's
just
bright.
like legitimately just come up here. He's restrained for what 4 turns, so
Yeah.
you know, by the time you restrain him, very well, I should add, we can just slowly descend ourselves.
Or you could shoot him again just to be safe.
I think that's overkill.
I mean, yeah, he looks like on death's door right
More
now. He looks
stun?
really rough.
As remember, you did what 120. I did 30. That's 150 damage.
he has 0
so-
health effectively right now. So
Yeah. So, as far as I understand, if I shoot him again, that's gonna actually be like not what Merlin asked.
yes, there will be
Okay,
lethal,
well,
lethal amounts of
alright,
taser.
All right. I guess we'll just wait until I can climb up there.
All right. I have to look at something.
Anything,
real
I'd
quick.
probably protect.
Go civilian and like back up and be
That's
like,
never
"Are you
good.
okay, sir? Are you?"
No, not look at him. Like keep my eyes and just be like, calm down. It's okay.
Remain
Yeah,
calm.
you just yell at this terrified worker to remain calm. Yeah, he looks like terrified. Like this dude, he's just going about his business, open up a window, and all of a sudden this dude jumps out of a window, two floors above him, and lands on him, and is like, "Take me down, or I shoot you," or whatever. And he's just like, "Oh, I don't know what's going on." Fires
like, "It's okay,
happening,
like,
laser
okay.
whips are going off, tasers are going off. He's just terrified.
It's okay that you don't know what's going on. It's all a dream.
It's all a dream. He's like, what? It makes him more freaked out. He's like, what? Cool. All right. Epic.
Oh yeah, I'd probably radio into our handler and be like, "We need you to get some people
Choppers.
here. Anything,
Choppers, preferably.
cars, chopper, and any
Cars.
anything. Just the guy is for right now currently restrained. Don't know how long we got. Remember, he's based off of luck. So far all I know, he could jump out while still being restrained. So
Mr. Dynamo heads or
And-
tails. Well, actually, evens or odds.
oh great,
Oh no. Oh no.
great.
Tails.
Well, evens or odds.
Evens are off.
Oh. Evens. I don't like this.
I thought I rolled a 9 on a d6. No, I rolled a 6 on a d6. I was very confused for a second.
Hey!
So so you're climbing up the rope, and as you as you get your hand on like the upper rail, you guys hear a, and then, and one of the 4 metal wires on the carriage snaps, and a bullet impacts the window, having cut through the wire, and the carriage lurches to one side like a car with a flat tire. And the civilian's like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!" He's having a heart attack, man. He's freaking out. He's like,
We're getting
Well,
shot at now?
it's just one wire.
Yeah, but we're getting shot at.
Yeah,
yeah.
apparently. What did
Yeah,
I call evens for?
See if the person shot your whip or the wire.
Oh. Oh.
Oh boy.
So you're lucky.
Oh, boy.
Cool. Couldn't just have me do a luck roll. Had to give me evens or odds.
Yep.
Okay. Well, all right. Can I finish climbing up now?
I mean, it's easier for you to do now that the corner you were on is now like at a 45-degree angle. So yes, you do.
Nice.
You climb over as the carriage continues to descend. You're probably like in the 50s now of floors. You descended pretty far.
All right.
Anyone, actually myself, I'll call him Merlin. I'm like, Merlin, we're getting shot at right now. This jackpot guy seems, yeah, we're getting shot at.
Yeah. Help.
Yeah, Merlin's like, I mean, what you could giving the force here. You're saying me telling me to send helicopters, to send cars, and I tell me you're getting shot at. What do you want me to do here?
Yes.
I'll be like, Merlin, look, take it from a person that's been shot 1, 2, 4 times.
Being shot's not fun. All right,
I can
so
tell you right now, 4 things could happen. I get shot. Crimson Dynamo gets 5 things could happen. Crimson Dynamo gets shot. The guy that you want to restrain gets shot. The civilian gets shot. I mean, I don't know if you care about him. He seems pretty cool, having a heart attack right now.
Or in the background.
The thing, the thing we're on gets shot. So I'm gonna be a bitch ass hero and take the bullet for the guy we're bringing in, just for you.
Merlin's like, that does not answer the question I have for you. What do you want me to do?
Set up a perimeter. And send a helicopter, please.
Just be prepared to, like, bring me back from being shot again. That's all.
Merlin's like, sure, I'll send some people down, all right? And he
please.
You hear him like on the phone somebody else. Now we hard cut to Think Tank and Ainsley. The door to the elevator. Ding ding. Slides open. You are on the ground floor.
Team from like enemy faction.
Yeah, an army of goons standing there, all armed with machine guns. No, it's an empty lobby.
I swear, if it was Ainsley that shot the cord.
It wasn't Ainsley who shot the cord.
What? I was gonna say.
What are you?
I'll be honest.
Huh?
I knew it wasn't Ainsley. I knew it wasn't Ainsley, but I'm like, I wonder if like Dakota rolled if like Ainsley just randomly shot for no reason.
Through the elevator, yes, he wallbanged you.
Somehow shot the cord.
Hey, dude, he can like manipulate his bullet, even though it's only freezing in place. He can do that shit.
All right, well, I'm on the lift now.
Well, we're doing think tank stuff, all right? You're on the first floor, the lobby. What do you and Ainsley want to do?
Go for a cup of coffee.
I think so we're aware of the shooting going on, right?
Yes, you didn't hear a gunshot, but you heard them over comms scream. Yes, and the civilian is screaming at the background still. Ah! Constantly. Very funny.
All right. Well, in that case, I think it's time me and Ainsley headed outside and try and scope out these potential shooters.
Okay. So you and Ainsley run out to the front of the building. You also are accompanied shortly after by a group of the bouncers, the security, who run outside with like their tasers, the normal tasers, drawn, and they're like looking around, asking them. They ask you like, "Where's just to come down here? Where's the guy?"
Look up.
Well, and they do, and they see the guy, and they're like, "Oh, I see." Is it the
I
hair
wait for
swings
them.
wildly?
Okay, I'm gonna like radio into think tank and be like, hey, some guy's shooting at us. Can you please set up a barrier?
If anything, I'll look at the bouncers and I'll wave at them like, "Hey guys, how you doing down there?"
They're like 45 floors down from you.
I'll pretend like they can see me.
Can you set up a bubble or a wall or something?
I mean, shielding
Um,
probably be the best option, but I don't know if that's like he's in range for that. If I'm being honest.
No, you're like 45 floors up. Times that by 15. You're 700 feet in the air.
Yeah,
Oh no.
and the wall only works if we stop.
Yes.
Like we're gonna
I
pass.
mean, I can give you guys like a shield that's like based on one of you, but I still have to be within range.
Yeah.
Well, you can
Okay.
fly, can't you?
Yeah,
Xavier?
so-
If I give you that ability or not, or can you just levitate?
I don't believe so.
Oh, you can do neither. Lamel. I thought you could. Apparently, I've. Oh yeah, because the butler could fly. That's what I'm thinking of.
You know what? That's exactly what he was training for at home. He saw the butler. He's like, "I want to do
Yeah,
that."
the flying. So yeah, I guess then you want to like look around to see where the shooter could be.
Please do.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want Ainsley to help you or to also roll?
I'd like him to also be looking.
All right. So both of you can give me perception checks, and I will roll this out in the open on TTS.
Ugh, dude, imagine getting shot at for no reason.
Ainsley got a 3.
Ooh.
I don't think that passes.
Lamau, same.
What?
Did you
Nope, it
both
doesn't
get
pass.
3?
You also. Oh my god. Jesus. Yep. So both of you fail.
XD.
Perfect. Okay. So
Anyway,
you both look around. I don't know. It's a city street. There are a bunch of skyscrapers around, of varying heights and widths and shapes and colors and sizes.
well, this isn't fun, I guess. Well, I guess I'm gonna try and circle around to where the lift is coming down. And meanwhile, I'm just gonna see if I can, like, I don't know, mind sense people. That's a bad way to put it.
Bad
Clear
people?
the
Are
area.
you trying?
There are many minorities here, Xavier. Be more specific.
Evacuate.
I think.
Anyways,
Are you saying you're trying to read to see if anyone's like, "All right, I gotta shoot at this angle now"?
I'll read
you know?
minds, see if like
yes, I'm just going to scan people in buildings, I guess, until I find either literally nothing or something.
Okay. Then in that case, okay, so you just start poking in, looking around at people's heads. I guess give me like a perception check, I guess, to like detect all of the mines in the area. Is there a lot of people?
I know he finds a landmine. He's like, "How am I reading this?"
Just an IED. He just hears beep 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 in his head. He's like, who's
He
thinking
rolls
about
in. It's like,
beeping?
"We're here." Boom.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a 5.
A 5? Doesn't still pass, I'm pretty sure. Yes. You do hear a bunch of thoughts of the people who are like, "Whoa, that like window washer guy is screaming really loud," and other similar things. But there is a small crowd of people who have stopped on the sidewalk and are looking up. And among one of those mines you do hear somebody say, "Jesus Christ, Space is such an idiot."
What'd he say?
He said, "Jesus Christ, Space is such an idiot."
Oh, you cunt. He said spades.
That's his name.
I fucking knew it.
Start clearing the area. Or
Wait,
just go after that
how
one
many?
person.
A group of how many?
Well, I'm going to guess call it on comms, discreetly if possible, that we've got another target on the ground.
Is Merlin gonna be notified about this or no?
I mean, at this point, I just assume you're always talking to him.
Okay, yeah,
he's
that's
also
fair.
on open comms.
I think between turns, I'd definitely be talking to Merlin. I'm like, so Merlin, how you doing?
He's like, I'm currently busy. Yeah. You hear them like moving around in the background.
Okay.
There's a second person, yeah.
Merlin's like, yes, I heard. There's also something about like a shooter apparently, and you know this dude is like really lucky or whatever. You know,
this is a real threat.
Nah, it's not a real threat. I don't know what you're panicking.
The main guy's like incapacitated right now. I'm going to restrain him. But this is still a problem. We have someone shooting at us now.
I guess it's a problem because there's a civilian. Yeah.
There is a civilian on board this window washer.
Yeah.
So assistance would be very much appreciated.
what an odd sentence to say. There is a civilian on this window washing unit. Please send assistance.
It's looking at me weird, Ma. It's looking at me.
Just to give him a full rundown of the deck of cards we're working with.
Yeah, you just like describing the entire thing to him, and he's just listening to you, being like, I can do nothing from here, but okay, sure.
Please send help.
What are you talking about? Just cast Meteor Swarm on the window washing unit.
He's like, oh, I can do that.
Wait, I know
either put him or us out of our misery.
Wait. Did Xavier's did Think Tank say the guy's name is Spades?
No, he decided we have somebody else on the ground.
Is he going to mention that?
Say what?
Are you gonna mention that the guy's name is Spades?
I guess.
Only reason
I don't really think it's important.
I mean, probably not, but I don't know. They got a database and a half. He could look up Jackpot and be like, oh yeah, he has that everyone. Then he looks up Spades. He's like, oh, I know this guy. We went to middle school together. Yeah.
I can't
took
tell
my
if you're
crayons.
He took my crayons.
Anyways,
he must perish.
Yeah.
And that's when he casts Power Word Kill.
Yeah, remote power word kill. Just.
But yeah, no, I'd.
So are you gonna say that his name is Spades? Javier? Think so?
Yes.
All right. So you mentioned his name. He said like the thought you detected specified his name was Spades. And the Merlin's like, oh, I knew that guy. No, he's not. He's like, oh, a new alias. Well, I guess I'll search that up while I wait for the backup to arrive. And you hear him clickety clack away. I'll make a check for him. You get a 10. Cool.
Oh shit.
So he's like, you hear him tap like 4 buttons, and he's like, oh, yes, I think that alias is in our database. According to this, his rap sheet includes dozens of counts of like breaking and entering, disturbing the peace,
Grand
robbery.
larceny.
Yeah, grand larceny, robbery. What else? Like a couple of jaywalking charges. A couple of like harassment charges as well. He's like a couple of restraining orders on some people. Yeah, this guy. We know about him. We don't know his real name, but he is. He's gotten around. He's a kind of thief, but I would assume.
Oh, well, his thief buddy might be here, so.
And he's like, oh yeah, I guess I should look up the stuff about his friends. And he types some more. He's like, oh yeah, apparently, he runs with a group that calls themselves the Four Suits.
Oh, that's
Wow,
just
how
great.
derivative.
But
Hey, think tank. How many people are in that group?
I've only sussed out the one, but I can keep looking.
Okay,
Well, if it's the 4 suits, then I'd assume 4.
3.
It
No,
was
there's
almost
actually, like
3.
7 of them.
It was almost 3 until I found good artwork for a 4th one. So
Oh,
it was
really?
yeah. But I was gonna be like, ooh, I'll name it the Four Suits. Only have 3 members and throw them off. But no, I found a cool artwork that worked well. So no funny pun.
That wouldn't even be a pun. It'd just be a misnomer.
Look for
Well, yeah,
someone
it'd be
either
funny.
in a red suit or a black suit.
Well, can I see what this dude I just mind read is wearing?
He's gone.
No, that's fine.
You don't hear the thoughts anymore, or like that, like similar vein of like, oh my god, this guy, he's so dumb.
The people in my head are
You
gone.
never saw him either. You were just getting the whole crowd. You didn't see the people that the thoughts corresponded to. You just heard thoughts.
Okay.
Okay, well, let me ask you this, Dakota, then. When I read someone's thoughts, do they come in like a particular like voice, or is it just like I'm reading text?
It would
essentially
sound like their inner monologue would, I guess. Like that, whatever their inner voice was at that particular moment. That's how you would hear it, or like how you would receive it.
I mean, this guy has multiple inner voice syndromes. Like,
So would it be possible to hunt for that particular sound in a sense?
If you listen to like everybody's voice in the area, yeah, you could tell who it was. You could like recognize their voice.
All right. I think that's what I'm going to
Sweet
attempt.
Caroline.
Well, I just like walk up and join like the astonished crowd,
Okay.
and I go 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 go.
All right. People like kind of like look at you weird for gasping so rapidly. Including Ainsley.
trope.
They all kind of like look a bit
What's
weird.
trope?
They're like kind of sus, but okay.
Oh wow, Amogus.
Yeah, actually, the 4th member's power is just Amogus. That's his only ability. Ultimate meme.
Damn, bro, damn.
Anyway, back up top on the carriage, you're now down to floor 40.
whose turn? It would be Johnson.
Mine. Yeah.
You
Alright,
just climbed onto the carriage. Your arm feels real bad. You're just like, oh.
I am going up to this man and physically placing the restraint around him and then tying it to the bar.
Bro, give him
Okay.
a hug. He looks a little sad.
He looks like he's
The
being
stun
tased right now.
also cannot affect me because
Yeah,
I'm
you're
immune.
Electricity.
Okay. So as you go and you wrap the thing around him, and he steps out of the stun right as you wrap it around him, and he's like, what the? And you, and he's like, again, basically. So you get the restraint off of him,
Get fucked.
off on him.
Nice.
So is he like actually incapacitated now, or?
No, he's just tied up, but he's restrained.
Well, now I can have it attached to the bar.
Yeah, to like the railing.
And then
Yeah,
And-
so he's not going anywhere.
hopefully, you never know.
Well,
I mean,
now
they can break out on their turn.
since
So
it's still my turn, I'm going to set another restraint.
only have one up.
I can only have one of them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So Mao
There's
just
no
shot.
limit.
Let's see.
Oh, well, that one's on a cooldown, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
Then, if anything,
All right.
Just
Time to
non-lethal him.
whip him to death.
Non-lethal
Just-
him?
time to electro whip around his hands.
Police brutality. I like it.
Well, this
Okay.
isn't to damage him. I'm just wrapping the electro whip around his hands and holding it tight.
I
Is
mean,
that the one you can like set off?
no, restraint is one he can set off, but the whip,
Yeah.
no matter what, will still deal damage. It's like it's innately a bolt of lightning if you're shooting at somebody. The restraint is different.
Oh. Can he
Okay,
not-
so do I need to roll a 1d6 on this since I'm going for non-lethal?
I mean, if you want to use the electro whip, then yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Because
Ask,
there's really not much else I can do to him that would be non-lethal,
I was gonna.
unless if I just like punch him in the face once.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Can you non-lethal with that electric whip?
I mean, I'd imagine so if I put one charge into it instead of two.
Well, it's bare minimum required.
'Cause I don't-
but you can put more into it at the
Oh.
4. But I
'Cause
mean,
I was gonna say I don't need it to be thick. I just need to have something to wrap around his hands.
well, I mean, the thing is, the electro whip, like, it isn't a like restraint is a permanent thing until either you say it leaves or he breaks free. The whip does not stay for more than like 6 seconds. It disappears after you make the attack.
Okay.
So
Then you know what? You know what I'm gonna do?
You're gonna punch him, aren't you?
I'm gonna take out my sword and hold it to his throat.
Oh,
okay, so you
just
draw
punch him.
your wire framed katana and you hold it to his throat. Up next is
Uh,
I guess.
And I'm gonna
Ace.
tell him now. I would advise not moving or doing anything. Don't even try to break the restraint, because if you do, it will not end well for you. If I'm not cutting you, I'm cutting the other cord.
I'm cutting this civilian, and you just stab the worker.
Yeah. The moment he said he's cutting the other cord, I'm like, oh, we have another civilian here.
There's a civilian
Yeah,
on
but I
the
can grab
gondola.
him.
Please send backup.
There's a civilian on this window washing thing. Please send help.
It's like a big dog being afraid of a puppy. You know, it's like, is a civilian, quick, flee! Send for backup.
That's the whole thing, is that I don't want this man to get harmed.
Yeah.
Oh, if you don't want to get harmed, we can end that real quick.
I was gonna hold my gun to his head,
What?
but then I was like, the sword's better.
You should have just punched him or knocked him out.
I'll let
Anything.
you do that.
Should just put a
You can do
bullet in
that.
his brain. They should just domed him right here, right now.
And I can
Kablam.
get it. So I could get suspended again? Yeah, no.
You can just get
thanks.
fired. Yeah, it'd be great.
Oh, dude, end of hero campaign right now. only
end of
focus on
hero
tier four?
campaign. You will get fired after 2 missions. Great job, guys. Great one shot.
I'm pretty
Great
sure
one shot.
if we get fired, then we die.
Yeah, pretty much.
The prologue is all we needed.
It
You
took
shoot the man, and you're put on trial and sentenced to death.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, you can punch the man.
Dakota, should I punch this man?
I don't know. I'm not there.
Oh man, I quickly call up what's his name?
Ainsley.
Ainsley,
No, nope.
Merlin.
Me in real life.
I call up the quota. Yeah, I call up the quota.
Oh, you call the IRS. Okay. You call
Yeah,
the
like-
IRS.
Quota, yes.
You call up the
Yeah,
quota.
like, hey, should I Yeah, I go like, hey, should I like non-lethal like punch this guy?
And the person on the other end of the IRS line is like, what's the person's name, ma'am?
I'm like, I think his name is. He goes by Spade, sometimes by Jack Potter. He's been
And
winning a lot
the
of
woman's like,
jackpot.
oh, well, yes, we're familiar with Mr. Spades. Please do, on behalf of the IRS, knock him unconscious. He's
I'm sure he
a
has
serial
employment
tax evader.
taxes.
Yeah, serial tax evader.
Serial. Funny. All right. Okay. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Sorry for disturbing. Whatever you're doing.
Would I be able to set up an appoint?
What? No. No.
Set up an appoint to do your taxes, man.
Yeah.
Later. Anyways, I hang up and then non-lethal this guy.
All right, so you just walk up and just jab him in the face, and he's like, what? And he goes limp. He goes limp against the restraint in the metal bar. He just slips down a little bit. His head falls.
And then I turn to the civilian.
Ragdolls.
Out of flame.
And after you punch him, Merlin's like, "What did you just do?" I heard him scream for help. What did you just do?
It was just a punch. It was just a punch. It was just a punch.
It was. Yeah, I knocked him out.
Merlin's like, he better be alive when he reaches that ground. I swear to God.
He's restrained and unconscious.
I go to Merlin and I'm like, look, if this guy had some luck on him where he dies while being knocked out, that's on him, all right?
Yeah, if he has like one of those, like, he goes unconscious, his heart stops beating, that's not on us.
He beat a man half to death in the hallway of a hotel, and he dies. That's on him.
Well, if he has like some kind of like
look.
pacemaker that's like, oh, if he goes unconscious, not on his own volition, oh, he's dead.
Look. Like we said, half to death. He had to obviously complete the other half.
yeah, he did the other half then.
You brought the horse to water, and then he chose to drink. All right, that's what happened.
Exactly.
God.
All we did was give him the option.
We showed him what it means to be a real boy.
God.
There are no strings on him anymore.
Oh, all right. And then I turned to civilian. I'm like, so, window cleaning. Exciting, isn't it?
Well, give me down, please. Oh, God. What's happening? Oh, my God.
Yeah, seems like the average window cleaner. Got PTSD.
The average window cleaner. Yes, every one of them is always terrified of their job. Perpetually terrified. Now I get to make another check. Yay! Oh, there's another, and then a bullet ricochets off of the metal railing on the carriage, and it makes the thing shake a little bit. Yes, it didn't hit the wire. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna call into Merlin. Hey, we've still got this other shooter here.
I turned to Donovan. I'm like, what was he gonna do? He said 2 minutes to 5 for backup.
I'm like,
but what if he shoots the guy?
And then Merlin's like, well, since I would assume this is probably somebody in his group, he's not going to shoot the dude. He's not going to shoot Spades.
You completely underestimate the stupidity of criminals.
You can all just feel the like confused Pikachu face through the radio.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Do you really think that his group would let him get captured?
Like, well, maybe that's why they're trying to shoot the wires off of a carriage so that he can fall and free himself.
He's unconscious.
I turned
and he's lucky.
to Dynamo. I turned to Crimson Dynamo. I'm like, hey, just block the bullets, man. I took 4 of them. You'll be fine.
Okay.
I literally just stand there. I'm like, well, this is gonna be a bit, so might as well just enjoy the ride.
Do we know like what direction? Well, obviously from away from
The building, yes.
The
It was coming from inside the building and coming from across the
carriage.
way.
Hey, you know
somewhere, yeah.
what?
I'll
It's my
I'll
turn.
stand directly in the path of where the bullets were coming from.
Yeah, if anything, if it's still my turn, I'll look to see if there's a glare.
Okay, make me a perception check. At disadvantage, por
Yeah.
favor.
Yes, I got, and you'll be really shocked, my friend.
2 10s.
I got a 4. No, I got a 4.
That's I think passes.
Yeah, I have a 6 for perception.
Yeah. Okay, so you look around, you kind of squint. You don't see a glint, but you do see across the road, probably a couple 100 feet away from you, there is a big billboard that is advertising KE's Hero Registration Program, and hanging from a wire underneath one of attached to one of the lights on the billboard is a woman with a sniper rifle aimed at you.
I describe that to Ainsley, to
I mean, it's open
Think
comms, so
Tank,
everybody
not
can
to
hear you.
Dynamite.
Not to... He's
Okay.
right there. You can't not describe
Not-
it.
No, he can't hear it on open comms.
But he's literally
Damn.
5 feet away from you. Not even.
Damn. Wish I could hear what's going on comms right now.
I'm
Just
in the
take the
middle of
earpiece
something
out
fun.
real quick and then whisper into the mic. Just,
Yeah.
hey guys, alright, there's a person running across the way, right? He's a sniper hanging from a wire. Alright, and give his the earpiece back and alright, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna describe that, but yeah, she's kind of there. So let's see here. So we have spades here. We have that one guy. We have the sniper lady who's doing the most just to shoot at us. If I still had a turn, I would have totally asked, can I just actually shoot her wire? Can I be a
No, you are out of range of your pistol.
Yeah, just imagine though, it turns into a
That's a
Nox
Helix
moment.
level shot.
Yeah, that's
What are you talking about? That's like a Nox type thing. She takes her deagle and go.
yeah, across the road.
You would have to account for the Coriolis effect.
Not
Yeah,
quite.
but
You're
it's
probably
Nox.
200 plus feet away, so definitely farther than an iron sights pistol on a normal person could work.
Yep, that's why I said Nox, bro. She'd literally look and be like, "Oh, you want to shoot at me? I ain't no superhero. I'll let you splat." I was thinking about that, by the way. I was like, man, is it bad that I want to shoot her wire? Just
If you can shoot the wire, shoot her.
No,
Yeah,
you-
but if
you
I shoot
cannot
the
hit anybody.
wire, yeah, I know. But yeah, I'll give up her positioning.
Okay, so Think Tank, after he points, he says, describe where she is, you look up, and sure enough, you see the same woman suspending from a billboard with a big old sniper rifle.
Wait, is she doing the most like the Overwatch Widowmaker upside down?
Yes, the
type?
upside down suspending from the thing with the full kit and caboodle.
Wow.
Cool. Is she within range or how far is she from me?
Similarly over 200 feet. You need to get in the building she's in and climb some floors to get in range.
Well, I was gonna say Ainsley. Can I trust you to stay down here, keep track of this chick, maybe look out for the other dude?
Ainsley's
Or another
sure.
dude.
Yeah.
Cool. And I'm going to I don't know, give one last farewell before I leave.
The guy's like, "Come on, man, what's your problem, bro?" And as you
I'm
cross
like,
the street,
what? I'm astonished.
they're all like,
What, you astonished or something?
Astonished.
and what if we are, huh, bro? Got a problem with that?
Wow, that's astonished. I'm gonna call the police on you.
And as you say that, you do hear sirens in the distance. You hear woo 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 as they get closer, as your backup slowly approaches.
Good.
So you cross the
Not good?
street. The busy Ryanstown street. You almost get run over. Actually, well, no, he's unconscious. It wouldn't work. He could have made you get hit by a car, but he's unconscious. That
That far?
Pretty funny. Yeah, line of sight.
Oh shit.
But he's unconscious, so he can't use magic, obviously. His passive still works, but nothing else does. So yeah, so you cross the street. The building she's kind of like suspending from, I'm gonna say it's a quaint little Chinese restaurant, like apartments above it.
How dare you?
The restaurant's called Huang's Little China.
How dare you? How dare you?
So, anyways, I pull up my fragmentation grenade and I scatter them.
and I bomb the restaurant.
I forgot.
Anyway,
Die, wholesome family, die.
get absolutely destroyed.
LMAO.
This is a hate crime.
Great.
How dare you?
Perfect.
How dare you sully the name of Huang's Little China?
Guang.
It's Huang!
Guang.
Turns into
How
one
dare you
day.
bring the Huangs into this?
Anyway, think tank. So yeah, you rock up to their restaurant. Do you go inside or
Rock
what?
up to their restaurant.
You rock up. You swagger inside.
Official hero business.
You crip walk into the restaurant and you go, I am doing business, and you just walk up the stairs.
Don't worry, this is all part of business as usual.
Yep. Yeah, the classic IMD crip walk. Oh god.
People just know.
IMD business. Don't mind me, ma'am. Official hero business.
Yep.
Just crip walk through the restaurant.
Yeah, you are standing out front of Huang's Little China. What do?
I cry.
Okay. You begin to weep.
And I
You
go up the
begin
stairs
to weep.
while psychically searching for this woman.
Okay, so you enter the restaurant, and the one of the young woman waitress walks up, and she's like, "Oh, hello, sir. What can I do for you?"
And I'm like, y'all got an upstairs?
Y'all got an upstairs.
Of something way worse.
And she's like,
I don't know.
I mean, have you seen the building, sir? Yes, we do have, in fact, an upstairs. What do you?
I'm like, nah, dog.
got
I'm
another
legally
floor?
blind.
She's like, oh well, we have braille menus, sir. If you need a braille menu.
I need a
Ah,
break
sick.
stairs.
Y'all got a third floor.
Y'all got an upstairs.
He
Crip walks
he
inside.
forgets
Y'all
about the
got an
sniper.
upstairs.
forgets about the sniper and just starts ordering food.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, that's pretty neat and all, but I think I'll be taking one to go upstairs.
The woman looks at you and she's like, "What? You can't go upstairs, sir. It's an apartment."
The official hero
I'm like,
business.
really?
And then
Dog,
Rick walked
That's
on her.
unfortunate. Actually, do I have identification on me?
I mean, you said you were wearing the IMD uniform, so yes.
Official hero business. And then Crip walked in there.
So yeah, and then I like
Just
I just pull out my IMD, badge or whatever, and I just go like stock still, And I look her dead in the eyes, and I stop weeping, and I go, "I'm sorry, ma'am, but this is official IMD business. I'm going to have to requisition the entirety of this building."
all of us are not property. The IMD. You forfeited your own lives.
Please vacate.
Please
Forfeit
vacate.
your lives or perish.
She's like,
Your
oh.
lives are forfeit.
She like kind of like busters a little bit. She's like, oh, of course, I thought I recognized your uniform, sir. You the whole building? You say? What do you, what do you mean, the whole building? What do you?
I need your entire building.
Don't say why.
And I pat her on the shoulder, and I'm like, "Thank you for your cooperation, citizen." And I go upstairs.
And then like you hear like a young man rush from outside, rush from the kitchen. He's like, hey, what are you doing? And then the sister is like, no, don't stop him.
He's a
business.
hero.
He's a hero. Be careful. He's a hero. And their brother's like, ugh, whatever, and just walks into the kitchen again. And you begin to climb the stairs.
No, can I just for like as flavor text like T-pose levitate up the stairs?
Sure. Sure, you just T-pose sideways up the stairs.
Yeah, business citizen. Please stand back.
You can T-pose levitate, but you can't fly.
Yeah, you can't normally levitate, but you can fly.
Hey.
You can T-pose. I like to think that like you do the T-pose as part of the stay back order, like 5 feet personal space, stay back citizen, and you up the stairs.
I'm imagining
Sideways.
just like this. I'm imagining the square like staircase, and you just look down, and you slowly see a hand peeking out from the side, ascend up the stairs.
Yeah, and this dude T-posing at a weird angle, up sideways, up the stairs, levitating, floating, just gliding up. Yeah, okay, so sure, you do that. Back up top, you've now hit floor 30.
All right, now it's Ainsley's turn, right?
It is Ainsley's turn. I mean, you still hit floor 30 anyway. But Ainsley, I mean, he spends his turn leaning against the casino doors, or like the wall next to the casino doors, and brooding.
He brooding again?
Yeah, he's brooding.
Brooding again.
Brooding squared. He broods harder.
Oh god, I can feel like the darkness crawl around.
Yeah, the shadows elongate.
Exudes an
near him.
aura of menace.
Yeah, all the civilians just like, bro, you too? Gosh. And then they all walk away. No, but he does just like chill. Because he has no hope of finding this guy that Think Tank claims to have heard the mind of, so he's like, whatever.
Well, then he can do his other job of looking out for the sniper chick.
Well, I mean, he can still see her. She hasn't moved.
Well, yeah, that's basically it. It's just if she does something that isn't sitting there and shooting.
I see. Okay.
You know.
In that case. Yeah, she does, well, he doesn't see her move anyway. But he'll let you know if she does move. How about that? In that case, back up to the top. Floor 30. You're starting to get into the reasonable, well, not really. You still dive when you jump from this height, but, you're halfway down, more or less. A little bit more than that.
I'm going to turn to Ace and be like, do you think a fall from this height could kill me?
I look at you and I go, you know how badly I want to push you right now?
Do you know how badly I want to fall right now?
How far up are we? We're at 30 floors up?
Yeah, 30 floors.
Alright, I want you to do the math, right? We're 30 floors up, 15 feet each story. You can't descend your fall. Your whip isn't going to slash against a building. If you whip and catch something again, you're probably going to, actually fully dislocate your arm. I'm not going to catch you.
That's 450 feet, by the way. You guys are about the level at where like that alien kaiju dragon. That's how tall he was, more or less.
Jesus. And then I turned to him like, no. My answer, in short, you cannot jump. I can jump. You can't.
Unfortunate.
Very, very, yeah. So just sit here, I wait for it to descend. All right, nothing bad's gonna happen. The worst thing that could happen is
I get shot.
the civilian dying. That's like the worst thing that could happen.
I mean, yeah, that would be the worst thing possible.
If you get shot, if I get shot, who cares if we get shot? All right. Okay,
That's
maybe
true.
someone.
We do have pretty much free healthcare. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, if the guy we're capturing gets shot, that's also bad. That's why I said stand in front of him. I mean, yeah, sure, probably not the most optimal thing.
Yeah. I'll just keep standing there staring at the sniper lady.
Don't even stare at her. Don't even like make her think you know where she is. Just blankly stare and be
Fair
like,
point.
"Whoa, where's that sniper
Fair
at?"
point. I'll stand with my. That's a bad idea.
As soon as your hands
Just
at
gonna
your
say with my
sides.
back to her.
Oh, you're back to her. You're just gonna
Don't
really like T-pose on her to establish dominance.
T-post established.
Jesus Christ.
No. I'll just stand there and like I don't know, cover the gun, look out over the edge.
I know, pretend like you're waving to the masses. You're like, it's okay, we got this under control. And then, like, she shoots the wire and we don't have it under control.
Then I really have to hope that there's something up there that I can whip to, because
Yeah, you're screwed, because I'll be really honest with you, bud. Um, all right, before I answer this, what, as the hero and also as KE guidelines, I'm assuming I'd have to grab the civilian and save him, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
well,
So, yeah.
technically speaking, if she shoots the wire, I can grab both ends.
Okay, yeah. You can, like, grab it. But if we're falling, is what I'm saying. If this thing is falling, I have to grab the civilian and slow the descent. And luckily, it's been enough combat turns where I can use that again. So, yeah.
I'm gonna radio into Merlin and really reinforce that we kind of need a standby helicopter.
I mean, we're
Merlin's
only
like,
30.
look, all right, I'm doing the best I can. I've got some cars ready to show up to pick the dude up. All right, they got an escort. It's fine.
And if we go into an involuntary free fall,
Have fun.
I laugh audibly. I'm like, oh, that's
well,
funny.
if that happens, then the guy and I are both going to die. So yeah.
You hear a shrug through the phone.
You audibly hear.
Cool.
Yeah, you hear the
Cool.
fabric like move.
I go to.
Well,
I definitely go to Merlin. Like, hey, bud, it's okay. You know, you're doing your best out there. I'll bring you like, you know, on handler holiday. I'll bring you like
Handler
number one.
holiday.
handler holiday.
Perfect.
I'll like buy you a mug, number one handler with like coffee. You're doing great, bud. You got this, Merlin. Got this.
All right. He's like, well, I mean, I know I've got it. I mean, I've done everything I can from, you know, where I am. It's up to you guys. So, you know.
Yeah, I already know that if another wire goes out, I'm gonna have to grab it.
Yeah, you're gonna probably gonna. How many combat turns can you use restraint again?
You can use it, but you can use it again now. It's been 3 turns.
Okay, then yeah, you'd
So
probably
he's
have
not
to.
restrained right now.
No, he is. It lasts until he breaks out, but it's unconscious when he
okay.
can't break out.
Yeah, so I'm
All right,
saying
yeah,
you
I'm gonna restrain his hands now.
What? Huh? I was gonna say just shoot because if you restrain, right, that wire, depending on how it is also attached to you, right?
I mean, if I
Right.
shoot a restraint from wire to wire, then yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So save it. Just he's knocked out.
That's fair. That's
So
fair.
save it just in case she shoots out, so you can like react to her shooting another wire. So just hold action and restrain.
Yeah, I'll hold the restraint.
Okay. So you hold the restraint, waiting for the inevitable next bullet to come out. And sure enough, after you guys talk to Merlin a little bit more, and the sirens begin to get a bit closer, you hear another, and this time, the main console control system for the carriage, and the bullet impacts it and like shreds the inside, and it blasts at the back, and it destroys a window. That's as you guys go down, and then the carriage stops because the controls was destroyed.
Yeah, Merlin, we've got a problem.
Oh, it gets worse. I haven't finished yet. And then, as you notice, because of course, like I said, this guy's passive luck still works when unconscious. The short circuit from the bullet impacting the control board hits the restraint, deactivates it, and he slides off the carriage and begins just falling.
Hey, Ainsley, you're down there, right?
He's like,
I'm not sure
Yeah.
that means.
that doesn't really. I mean, if I catch him, he'll break my arms, and then I'll also get cut in half. I don't
You
know what
can
want me to do.
immobilize him, right?
Like, oh, yeah, when he gets close enough, yeah.
Yeah, so do that, please. We're stuck up here now.
He's like, all right, can do. And then
I-
you just hear him start
I-
counting, like 5, 4, 3,
So
2, 1, immobilize. And you just see him just like casually raise his arm up and point a finger gun in the air. And I'm gonna roll for his ability. You got a 2, which doesn't pass Lamau.
So what I was going to do before any of that, you pained me.
I mean,
'Cause it could stop
you could do your thing.
Yeah. So before I leap, I'm gonna turn to Dynamo and be like, so you grab the civilian, you go inside, because I'm assuming there's a window just right there, conveniently.
Yeah, I mean, the whole building is a wall of windows, so yes.
Oh, then yeah, I'm like, all right, you take the civilian and go inside. Peace, and I jump off.
Okay, so you
Oh.
jump
alright.
off. The
No,
guy.
actually, I have a
yeah.
question to Kode.
Mm-hmm.
Could Ainsley double tap with his thing, or
Yeah, can he do that?
Well, yeah, you can use both actions, can't you?
We
Yeah, because there's no cooldown.
Yes,
so
he
you can
can.
just double tap it. You got a 3 that time, which does barely pass. So he does it. He's like, oh shit, and his second arm, bam, and then like a solid like 30 feet above the ground is. It's like watching. It's like as if he had been falling upwards, and you reversed the footage. So like he just plummets like super quick, and then just stop solid. 30 feet above the ground. Frozen.
Almost like he hit a wall.
Yeah, there is no
I'm so
damage.
sorry.
He moves without inertia. So he just freezes. Just stops.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but
So you
I
just
wanna-
jumped off for no reason.
no,
Pfft.
I still want to be on the floor. But I want a soundbite of that. Oh shit!
Yeah,
Oh,
just the-
shit.
he's
That
like,
was so
"Oh,
perfect.
shit."
The way he said- seeing that Ainsley successfully did it, I'm like, ah, fuck.
Now you're falling after the guy. You're like, oh no.
And then I'll time it so I'm not burning anyone again, and we'll descent. And I have to make sure that I have willpower. Or else I got a 10. Okay.
Yeah, so you like 20 feet above the ground. You just like you flame leap again, and like Iron Man, flames of just a fire come out of your hands and legs, and you land relatively soft. Didn't take any damage, but it still kind of hurts your ankles.
Yeah.
So you just fall like 400 feet.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, you're fine.
Yeah, and then I'll call up to Crimson Dynamo, and I'll be like, you good up there, bud?
About as good as one can be.
Alright, and I'll look up the little 30 feet. I'm like, I'll turn to Ainsley. I'm like, you think if you drop him now, I'll catch him and it won't hurt?
He's like, I mean,
You're more than welcome to try.
He's like, I think I should probably be the one to catch him because I think he might still crush you.
And he's got a robotic arm.
Yeah, and also, yes,
You think we
his
should
arm is
wait?
steel.
I told him like, you think we should just wait for like the team
Backup.
to get here, and you think they'll have? Actually, I'll be Merlin. I'm like, hey Merlin, do you think any of the people that are coming have like some cushion thing so he can fall on, or
Merlin's
nah?
like, they have a ladder. So
I look at where the guy is suspended in the air. I'm like,
Good enough.
yeah, the
That-
crowd
that-
are all
is it-
like cheering and clapping. They're like, yeah, woo! Because Ainsley did it. He's just frozen there, hovering.
yeah, I turned to Merlin. I'm like, is it the ladder with like the two legs, or is it the one against the wall? That matters.
No, it's like the freestanding, like, two-sided ladder.
Oh, okay, good. Because otherwise, it wouldn't have. It would have been pretty funny to just put a ladder on this guy and then slowly put him down.
And then it's like, or we could just wait till Think Tank gets back and he can telekinesis the dude down.
Oh, I think it depends on who. Where is he?
All right. Ainsley, I'm gonna say this much: do not break your concentration.
Is it a concentration?
Yes.
At which point, a gunshot rings out and Ainsley falls over.
And he just gets straight up obliterated. His whole body is at a red pace. Just gone.
You see, we didn't see the APC that was right there. The whole time.
Yeah, you see the invisible APC that I had cloaked in the alleyway nearby.
Of course, you didn't see the.
Of course,
the
how can we forget?
M1A1 Abrams.
But the fourth member, Hearts, who just is a sentient tank that is also invisible.
It's a sentient tank.
It's a sentient living
So
invisible
invisible.
Abrams. Yeah. He has had
We're
no idea
missing-
my ultimate plan.
Well, we've got two members pinned down. We know that much.
False.
So we're missing two.
We have like only one because, as far as we know, the sniper chick could just be a paid intern.
A paid intern?
Could
Like,
just be unrelated and was trying to kill us the entire time. Maybe.
that'd be so fun.
Different grudge, it happens.
So it's a spiritual church, actually. They're here to kill you with their invisible M1 Abrams. And you guys are just happy to be in a different case at the time? Yeah. Real bad timing, I'm afraid. Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah. Sorry. I guess with that, because I think I may have like one more action. I don't know, unless I count as two. Regardless, I'll probably ask him like, "Where is he, by the way?" Because I call in and I'm like, "Hey, Think Tank, where are you?"
T-posing through a building.
I over the open mic, I just go.
And he's like,
I'll
I think
be
he's
like-
ascending right now. Literally, not metaphysically.
Oh. Oh my goodness! I'd be like, okay. On my next turn, I'll probably start heading over to Think Tank just in case.
All right. So in that case, we will cut to Think Tank. Also, for conversation's sake, after several, probably like a good almost a minute of T-pose floating up the staircase, you make it to the roof of the building, and you open the door to the roof, and you run out, and she's gone.
Can I not tell someone to keep an eye on?
You told Ainsley to
God
keep an
damn.
eye
I
on her,
would've
but he
been
had to be
looking over in
distracted to
that
maintain
direction.
concentration on keeping the dude alive.
I would have been looking in that direction.
Okay, then you would have seen her basically like rappel down back to the ground floor and walk into an alleyway and disappear.
Yeah, she's gone.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Just thought I should tell you that information. She went into an alley.
As like he opens the door 5 minutes past, like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, she's gone.
Yeah. It's
Also,
thanks, like,
Did
"Where
I
you
need to
go?"
get to the roof to reach her somehow?
With your psychics? No. Did you want to read her mind?
Yeah.
the only thought you would have gotten before she like got out of your range, probably this will affect the trout population. No, I'm kidding.
The what?
But no,
What?
literally, she does think like this will affect our plans, and then that's it. That's the only thing that you get out of her brain. That and a sigh probably, a sigh of defeat.
Good.
And then this set up the campaign. Yeah.
But yeah. So at this point, the police, well, not the police, but this convoy of armored KE trucks with a giant like 18-wheeler, which you guys would know is a mobile, like an IMD prisoner transport truck, rolls up. They rock up. They crip walk out of the cars. They get out their ladder, and they tell Ainsley to release him from his prison, and Ainsley does so. And then they lock him. They toss him into a into like the back
I
of the
also
big truck.
helped the guy off of the window washing unit.
Yeah, okay. You do so. The bouncers and stuff help you inside and stuff as well. They go back up and they help.
All I got
I was about to say, help him off the window washer unit. Watch the one wire snap that's keeping me afloat.
Yeah, right
Hey,
as you
if he was
get out.
conscious, that-
Yeah, he was conscious
if
still.
he
That
was
would happen.
conscious,
Yeah.
what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was gonna say what was it? Oh yeah, overcomes like wow. Imagine going from like 100 civilian casualty to 0.
Imagine saving a civilian.
Ainsley then shoots a random
Can't
person
relate.
just to even the score. He drops his gun and kablam, point blanks.
He actually ends up committing a mass murder and shoots 100 people. It's like we gotta keep
Yeah.
our streak, bro.
You gotta keep our street cred, keep the tyranny up. No, you guys do see on the ground level though, as the guards try to like haul the unconscious guy away, they find it very difficult to get a grip on him. And when they eventually do, they find that their handcuffs won't work, so they just throw him in the back of the truck, and then the truck won't lock. So they just have to have a bunch of guys sit in the back of the truck to watch his unconscious body, because his luck is keeping them from putting him in chains.
You pain me, a luck character. You know that?
I do. It's very fun. That was probably the most fun I ever had playing an enemy. One of the better times I've had. That was good fun.
I'll remember that. Man. I'll make a luck character one day.
You should. They're great.
The
Xavier
next
knows.
character I make will be luck based.
I mean, I think the only reason I've never made a luck character is because of a like campaign thing with the lucky feet. But yeah. All right. Let's head back. Report in. We're cool. We're heading back to base now. Is that a thing?
All right.
We doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys head back to base. You get back in your KE branded suburban SUV, and you report back to base. And you go back to the conference room, and Merlin's already there, and he's like, "Wow, you guys didn't blow the building. I am genuinely surprised."
I turned to Merlin. I'm like,
I have to admit, it was a struggle.
yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I am very aware. I was present audibly for the entire event, which I am grateful for, albeit stressed out as a result of, but so grateful for it." Like, so, you guys did your jobs, but unfortunately, I don't think it's quite done yet. Because now we know that this guy isn't just some random schmuck showing off his powers in public. He is actually like a master thief. So I would assume then that his group will be wanting to target the Green Grin Casino. So I'm tasking all of you with well, firstly, interrogating Mr. Spades when he arrives at his prison location, and if you do that, using the intel you get from his interrogation to defend the casino against the would-be robbers.
Oh boy. Alright. Yeah, sure.
And this is the cliffhanger.
It is, yeah. We're gonna end it off right here.
All right. Sounds about right. All right. Thank you all so much for joining us again. You know what the deal is. Kode is an asshole. Please leave a
Somehow.
comment. And we will see you next time on Quest for the Core.